It's time for Wolverine football, presented by State Senator Jay Costa on the Woodland Hills Football Network. Wolverine football is also brought to you by the Triangle Bar and Grill, LGAR Health and Rehabilitation Center, Patrick T. Lanigan Funeral Home, Bush Brothers Car Care, The Barbers Inn in Swissvale, A-Boss Opticians, Turtle Creek Valley Rotary Club, Web Landings, and LG3 Entertainment. Now it's time for the Woodland Hills Football Network pregame show.
The Woodland Hills Wolverines back on the road and back in Allegheny 9 conference play tonight, taking on the Chartiers Valley Colts. Woodland Hills coming in with a record of 1-3 overall. They are 1-1 in conference play for Chartiers Valley. They are 0-4 overall, 0-2 in the conference. These two teams met last year at the Wolverina in Turtle Creek. It was a 44-0 victory for the Woodland Hills Wolverines that launched Woodland Hills in 2016 on a 4-game winning streak. Rick McIntyre will join me, Bob Workwith in a bit, back with more of our pregame show right after this. You're tuned in to the Woodland Hills Football Network. It's also on the MSA Sports Network, and it's powered by TribLive.com, and the whole shebang is presented by State Senator Jay Costa.
State Senator Jay Costa is proud to represent Pennsylvania's 43rd District since 1996 and is happy to support the Woodland Hills football team. If you have an issue concerning state government, contact one of Senator Costa's 3 local offices. Senator Costa's offices offer a variety of services for constituents. You can reach Senator Costa's Forest Hills office at 412-241-6690 or log on to senatorcosta.com. The Triangle Bar and Grill in Swissvale is a proud sponsor of the Wolverines and has been serving the Woodland Hills community for nearly 70 years. The Triangle, located on Monongahela Avenue, is the home of the Battleship, the sandwich that made Swissvale famous. Plus, the Triangle has a full menu of specialty sandwiches you're gonna love. Call the Triangle at 412-271-9885 to place your order now.
Life has its ups and downs. There are times when you or a loved one needs help. That's why you should know the name LGAR, Health and Rehabilitation Center. Located just minutes from the Monroeville Mall, the LGAR Health and Rehabilitation Center has been known by locals for many years, and they excel in reputation, rehabilitation, recuperation, and residential living. The help and answers you need are just a phone call away at 412-825-9000. Also on the web at lgar.org. LGAR Health and Rehabilitation Center, a name you should know and a name you can trust.
You're tuned in to Wolverine Football, presented by State Senator Jay Costa on the Woodland Hills Football Network.
Welcome back to Chartiers Valley High School in Bridgeville with Rick McIntyre, Bob Workwith on the Woodland Hills Football Network and the MSA Sports Network, powered by TribLive.com. Last week for Woodland Hills at home, their 3rd home game of the year out of their first 4 games, their 3rd loss at the Wolverine. Rick, a 34-8 loss to Penn Trafford, most of which the Wolverines would probably like to forget about.
Yeah, I was on the field earlier before the game, and tonight was talking to some of the coaches about that last week's game. And, you know, I said last week, you never really feel like once you look at the film, you never look as good or as bad as you thought you did. When they broke that film down, I think their one running back had, 153 yards? That was on 2 carries. On the rest of the game, he had like negative yardage, -7 yards on the rest of the carries. So there were 2 plays where I think a total of 10 tackles, 11 tackles were missed. So just little tweaks, finishing tackles, getting them wrapped up, finishing plays, and I think we're going to see a different Wolverine team tonight.
On the plus side, Rick, Woodland Hills had Jaquan Smith rush for 100 yards, 100-yard rusher for the 2nd straight game. Denard a couple of weeks ago, Smith last week. So those 2 have done their job through the first 4 weeks.
Absolutely, and I think we'll see again. They're going to start out probably running them both, doing the running back by committee, like we like to say, and whoever seems to get the hot hand, I think we're going to see carrying a little bit more in the second half. Again, walking around this afternoon or early this evening, this is a different surface than a lot of these Woodland Hills kids are used to playing on. It's about as slow of a surface as you can come across when it comes to the artificial turf. It's very soft, very spongy, kind of inconsistently firm in different places. So it's something to keep our eye on there.
For Chartiers Valley, 0-4 under first-year head coach Dan Kinas. Knaus, first-year head coach Tim Bostard leads Woodland Hills. You see him in the background on the far sideline as the captains are coming out for the coin toss. 0-2, including a 49-29 loss to West Allegheny. In the Allegheny 9 Conference are the Chartiers Valley Colts. You see one of their players right there, their top running back and also defensive back Steve Olsen, number 4. He's out of the lineup with a left arm injury. He is questionable to come back for this season. But for Chartiers Valley, just looking at the numbers, Rick, defense has been their bugaboo. They've given up 40 or more points in 3 of their 4 games, allowing 41.5 points per game. Woodland Hills will look to keep that trend going here this evening.
Absolutely. I think Woodland Hills is going to look out to come out and exploit any weakness that they've seen on film. Granted, looking at film against them against West Allegheny, it's kind of hard to really gauge against that squad that is West Allegheny this year. But I think they found a couple weaknesses, and they're going to try and key on them and execute with the best, with the packages they have in tonight, with Whitehurst again playing a quarterback for the injured Jones, sorry. And hopefully we saw them make some tweaks last week at halftime. I think they maybe had a little more game planning involved for their starter, a lot more rollout passes, a lot more things like that. I think we're going to see a little more set plays, quick reads from Michael Whitehurst this afternoon.
Is that alias Smith and Jones? Yeah, Michael Whitehurst will be back under center. He's played this will be 2 consecutive games plus a half of the game prior to that where Daniel Jones was injured against Fox Chapel. So Jones is still not in the lineup. Chartiers Valley will get the football to start this contest tonight. They're in their home gray uniforms with the red and blue trim. They will send a couple of deep men back. John Allen is one of them for Chartiers Valley. He's joined back there by Logan Scott. Chucky Hanchett will kick it away from Woodland Hills in the white jerseys with the turquoise and black. They will kick it from right to left across your screen or your computer keyboard if you're listening via the internet. We appreciate it. Woodland Hills trying to break the 2-game losing streak. Their only win of the year came in week 1, really the second week of the season, which was at Baldwin. So they're 1-0 on the road if you want to take a look into the numbers that way for the Wolverines.
Yeah, at this point, when you got that 3-game losing streak, you're looking for any kind of positive thing to build on and to keep your head up and keep playing hard.
Woodland Hills is going to start behind the 8, but they had an illegal substitution before this game even started. So always joke, but it's not how funny if you're a coach. You're negative 5 yards. The game hasn't even started yet.
Yeah, 0 time off the clock.
So Hanchett will kick off from his 35 after the legal substitution penalty. That moves the return men, Allen and Scott, up to near their 20. Goes to the far side, and Scott's going to retreat to the 15 for the Colts. Comes to the near side, 20, 25, cuts it up, grab from behind. Nice job on special teams by Caleb Brevard to grab him from behind and force Logan Scott down at the 30-yard line. At Chartiers Valley will start this game from their own 30. Reed Bruggeman is a name we'll call a lot tonight. He is the dual threat quarterback for the Chartiers Valley Colts. He's their leading rusher with Steve Olsen out of the lineup. Also has thrown for 790 yards, 8 touchdowns, but 4 interceptions for Reed Bruggeman. Bruggeman, the senior, several years as a starter, will go into the shotgun. Have Connor Barrett behind him. Now he sets up as a sidecar to the left of Bruggeman. Bruggeman will hand it off, and Barrett will spin off a tackle going off the left edge. He's brought down by a shoestring tackle by Tyrell Barlow. It's a pickup of 3 on first down for Barrett.
Looked like just base defense there from Woodland Hills, no stunts and anything coming off, first play of the game, just kind of feeling each other out. Really nice job by Barlow, again, really active with the hands, shedding his blocker and getting to the ball.
Tyrell was our State Senator Jay Costa player of the game last week against Penn Trafford. 2nd and 7 for the Colts, just underway here at Chartiers Valley High School. Under center this time, Bruggeman fakes the handoff. He's going to follow Barrett through the hole, puts his head down, and runs right forward into Sidney Summers. But it gets about 3.5. We'll call it a 3-yard gain. Looking at 3rd and 4. Call it 3rd and 3. They'll give Bruggeman 4 to the 37.
Pretty nice read there by Caleb Brevard. You see him coming up here on the left side, filling the holes. He reads it, makes a nice play, comes up, kind of jams that block into the hole, clogs a little bit, and it just pauses him enough to let his support come in and make the tackle.
Good call. Brevard did pick off the lead blocker and Connor Barrett. So 3rd and 3 for the Colts after the Brueggemann pickup of 4. He goes back into the shotgun with a sidecar to the near side to his right. That's John Allen. He's just into the block, makes a good block. Secondary pressure, though, sacks Brueggemann. It is Tyrell Barlow once again. He brings Brueggemann down inside his own 30. They'll spot him down at the 28.
Yeah, it's a name and number we've been calling a lot the last couple of weeks, and apparently it's going to keep going. He's actually almost double-teamed there. Fights through, nice play, sniffs out the quarterback, wraps him up.
2-man pressure. The first man was from the near side, Roman. He was picked off. Barlow with the sack, a punt formation, a high snap. Good job to go and get it for Armando Novelli. Kicks it away. Dangerous return man on the bounce. Nazir Taylor backpedals to his own 30, trying to get to the far side of the field. He's up over the 35, grab from behind, but he gets over the 40 before he's dragged down near the 44-yard line. So pretty good field position to start for Woodland Hills from their own 44, giving Nazir Taylor a return of 14.
But I'll tell you, if I'm a coach in the booth and I watch him scoop that ball up, I'm a little bit nervous and maybe yelling at him. Gets some nice yardage here. Really nice effort here. Who is that?
Heckroth.
Dylan Ablack.
Yeah, him as well. Yep.
Stays with him, pace for pace. Gets a nice angle, nice wrap-up tackle. That could have really been a damaging return.
He gets at least the midfield if Ablack doesn't follow along. So we got an eye backfield behind Michael Whitehurst. First possession of the game for the Wolverines. So more standard look. Pro set. They'll hand it off. First man into the line. Anthony Meredith gets the first carry tonight. He's going to pick up 2 to the Woodland Hills 46-yard line, 2nd and 8. Meredith, along with Smith and Denard, have been the top 3 ball carriers through the first 4 weeks for the Wolverines. Meredith has done a good job, the junior, at 5'11", 167. See if they go same formation that they do. A wide receiver either way, tight end to the near side for the Wolverines with the eye set. So a pro look, Meredith dotting the eye. 2nd down and 8. Whitehurst to throw near side. A quick stop route near midfield. The pass is incomplete, intended for Michael Roman. Dylan Ablack on the coverage for Chartiers Valley.
We saw this a lot last week. It's hard to tell if the quarterback is making a bad throw or if the receiver's running the wrong pattern.
The thought process is, Rick, do you expect that wide receiver, in this case Roman, to come back towards that throw? He was stationary outside of the near hash.
Yeah, I don't know if maybe he was supposed to be running a quick in and was supposed to be floating into the ball, but either way, he needs to make a little bit more effort to come to the ball when he sees it coming up short.
So a sidecar goes to the right. That is the fullback, lined up as an H-back for the Wolverines. He'll come in motion. That's Christopher Jones on 3rd and 8. Whitehurst will hand it off. Meredith juking to the near side. Squares the shoulders. He's only going to get a yard. And it'll be 4th down and long. Ablack in again, and off the bottom of the pile for Chartiers Valley comes Brett Hicks, the senior linebacker. It'll be a punt formation most likely for Woodland Hills, and Whitehurst will stay out there to kick it away.
Yeah, so far, both sides of the ball, the defensive line is just dominating that line of scrimmage. You see no real push there from the white jerseys, moving them downfield and getting to that 2nd level.
Saw James Lang, number 75, get into the backfield for Chartiers Valley. Back deep to receive John Allen. Whitehurst will kick it away. He's done a good job punting the football this season. Low liner, bounces just outside the 20. Great Woodland Hills roll. Allen just needs to get away from that. He picks it up. The dangerous play, and he's drilled to the turf by Marcus Taylor. You talked about uneasiness on Woodland Hills coaching staff. How about the Chartiers Valley coaching staff with Allen in amongst 3 white jerseys?
Yeah, it took everything I had to not scream, don't do this. I don't know what he's thinking here.
He's going to try to make a big play, but you got to get away from that football.
I mean, he's an inch away from losing the ball and another inch away from being knocked out of the season.
Colts will start at their own 5. Their 2nd possession with 8:21 to go here in the first quarter. Woodland Hills on the road for the 2nd time in 2017. They defeated Baldwin earlier in the year in their conference opener by a score of 40-6. They returned home to lose in the last minute to Fox Chapel, and then non-conference last week lost to the Penn Trafford Warriors. Reed Brueggemann under center. 1st and 10 from zone 5, hands it off. I want to think that it's Barrett right into the line of scrimmage, and there is nothing there whatsoever. Brought down immediately at the line of scrimmage by DeJuan Howells, amongst others. The ball carrier actually was Brett Hicks for the Colts.
Yeah, again, that's Barlow and Howell just eating up space in that middle, not letting them move an inch, clogging everything up. Nowhere to go with that ball. Excellent job.
I've liked the play, Tyrell Barlow and DeJuan House.
Absolutely.
In the first 4 games.
Yes, absolutely. It's smash mouth. It's get your nose in there, get dirty, be physical.
Not fancy. It doesn't have to be.
Doesn't have to be.
2nd and 10. Into the shotgun this time with the sidecar to his right is Pregame. He's going to come near side. He'll pitch it into the end zone to Allen. Tries to come out, and a great shoestring tackle. Getting up there to make the undercut was Jaquan Smith. That is a loss of 3 back to the 2-yard line. First carry of the game for John Allen.
That was frightfully close for Chartiers Valley to be 2 points and kicking the ball away there. He barely gets his back out of the end zone.
Watch the read by Smith. There he comes up from his defensive back position, one-on-one with Allen. Can't make a tackle any better than that.
No, he had a nice flip tackle like that last week, I think, that caused a fumble.
We saw safety in the first score of the game last week against
That's
Penn
right.
Trafford. Barlow was in the mix. So 3rd and 13. Chartiers Valley backed up to their own 2. Pregame in his own end zone to our left with Allen the sidecar to his right. Pregame going to throw straight drop, has plenty of time. Now it breaks down. Rolls out, near side has a man open, fires it, and the underneath man, Allen, got it. I don't think it was intended for Allen. I think it was intended for Anthony Doyle, and Allen kind of made the pass defense.
Yeah, I kind of had my eye on the play behind the line of scrimmage there. Barlow does another nice job here, spin move, getting pressure, snuffs that quarterback out of the pocket. Anytime he's got to get out of the pocket, the patterns tend to break down, and that's what you see there is 2 receivers kind of crossing each other up. Nice defense for Woodland Hills once again.
Novelli, 2nd consecutive punt. This time he's backed up against his own goal line, so the Wolverines should get great field position. High, short kick. Woodland Hills is just going to get out of the way. Takes a Wolverine bounce, and the Wolverines are going to start this possession at the Chartiers Valley 31-yard line.
Well, you hope they were going to get out of the way.
That's
way
true.
The 2 punts have gone, you never know what's going to happen.
Yes, that's true. So they did get out of the way, and with 6:55 to go first quarter, they're 31 yards away from pay dirt. There you see. Mostly clear skies tonight as it is 80 degrees, little or no wind. The sun is getting ready to set here in Brownsville. And let's get the formalities out of the way. Happy autumnal equinox, Rick. It is officially fall. It does not feel like it.
And happy Rosh Hashanah to our friends out there.
1st and 10, Wolverines again, high backfield. This time it is Denard running to the right, cuts it to the inside the 30, try to get outside. A flag goes down as he is brought down by John Allen near the 28-yard line, but it may be an illegal block against the Wolverines. A referee tonight, John Carson, will spell it out for us. First touch of the game for Rodney Denard, excuse me.
I didn't see anything that jumped out at me as an illegal block. I didn't actually see anybody near the flag for Woodland Hills aside from the ball carrier.
Pointing at Chartiers Valley, so it's a personal foul, but it's a personal foul against the Wolverines from the 29. So give 2 for Denard, and then the Wolverines will be backed up 15. So I wonder if it's one of those illegal cut blocks when a man is engaged, because there's the personal foul variety. Denard on the season has run for 217 yards, 5.7 yards a carry. He's the 2nd leading rusher. Jaquan Smith leads Woodland Hills with 226 yards running the football, 5.5 yards per carry, 4 rushing touchdowns for Smith on the season. The personal foul takes the Wolverines back to the Chartiers Valley 44, so 2nd and long. The line to gain is the 21. Pass for Whitehurst, fly pattern, far side, going up to get it, and it's intercepted, taken away from Lucas. Back the other way comes Anthony Doyle down the far sideline for Chartiers Valley, cuts it to the inside. He is tackled from behind, but a great individual interception by Anthony Doyle. The ball was in the hands of Lucas, Rick. He just took it away.
Yeah, I said it last week. If you got one-on-one coverage with number 1 out there, I'd throw the ball up there almost every time. He makes a nice effort here. Gets both hands on it. It's bobbing the hair. Excellent job here. That was Jaden?
It was Jaden.
Excellent job there by Doyle for Chartiers Valley.
That's
he
a good
stays
throw.
With the ball.
That's a good throw by Whitehurst. It's just a better play by Anthony Doyle.
Absolutely. Those things are going to happen. Whitehurst has got to shake that off, get ready to come in the next series.
I like the fact that they tried to go vertical
Absolutely.
as well. A straight fly pattern down the far sideline. First turner of the game gives the ball back to Chartiers Valley. Still 6:24 to go first quarter. 3rd time the Colts have had the football. This time their best field position. Yeah, we are near the airport. That's bad. Moon plays at Woodland Hills. When you're at Moon, that's a sight to see, the air traffic. Brueggemann under all kind of pressure, rolling to the near side. Can't get rid of the football. Turns it upfield, being chased from behind and brought down by Teron Best. He does pick up 2 to the 48-yard line.
Right at the end here, Michael Roman does a nice job kind of laying off here. He could have laid a nice hit on. But this could have been really ugly. You see him just kind of back off. He was going to lay him out. It would have ended up being a helmet-to-helmet targeting and a big penalty.
It's a good thing he didn't leave his feet.
Yeah.
Good call, good pickup. Rick, 2nd and 8. Brueggemann again has been under pressure several times in this game. He's been sacked once by Tyrell Barlow for a loss of 9. 2nd down and 8. Near midfielder of the Colts. Sidecar to the left of Brueggemann. He takes the hand off. It is Connor Barrett. He's in the Woodland Hills territory and spins out of the grasp of Sidney Summers, who hangs on. Also on the play, Anthony Meredith for Woodland Hills, but a good pickup by Connor Barrett. He gets 6, 3rd and 2 for the Colts. First time they're in to Woodland Hills territory.
Yeah, Barlow kind of looked like they were trying to run some kind of an inside twist there with Barlow and his linebacker. Barlow kind of pinched in, got sucked in with a double team, opens up the hole. The linebacker was just a second late to get there to fill the hole.
Wide receivers to each side, pair of either. Twins either way, I want to say. Didn't really come out that way. Brueggemann with a sidecar to the right. He'll hand it off to Hicks. Tries to cut, breaks a tackle, 1st down. Hicks is inside the 45, near the 43. That's a pickup of 3 for Brett Hicks, and the first down of the game for either team goes to Chartiers Valley at the Woodland Hills. Call it the 42, so that's a pickup of 4 for Brett Hicks.
Yeah, nice big hole there. Good job by the Chartiers Valley offensive line. Creating a little bit of space, letting them work. Nice gang tackling there. I think we're learning our lessons from last week. You're wrapping them up and you're not letting them go until you hear that whistle.
Denard and Meredith on the stop. It was a good hole, good vision too by Hicks to come to the right side for the Colts. They're inside the Woodland Hills 45. Brueggemann running an option, and that's a pitch out to the far side. Great tackle. There's Nazir Taylor as he dumps Logan Scott in the left flat. That's a loss of 8. Call it a loss of, 5 back to the 47.
Yeah, I kind of had my eyes on Nazir there. As soon as they faked that handoff and came out with that option look, he made a great read, great jump on the ball. As soon as it's fired, he was a couple yards away, came up, made a beautiful tackle.
This is a lateral all the way, too. Brueggemann throws a backwards pass.
Yes, it is.
Second time in the game we've seen a defensive back. It was Smith earlier. This time Taylor, Rick, make a great read out in open field and make a great tackle.
Yeah, they make some good reads, and they got the quickness and the ability to fly upfield and make those athletic plays.
Chartiers Valley takes a timeout. That'll give us a chance to pause as well with 3:51 to go in the first quarter. Woodland Hills and Chartiers Valley are scoreless. You're tuned in to the Woodland Hills Football Network. It's presented by State Senator Jay Costa.
State Senator Jay Costa is proud to represent Pennsylvania's 43rd District since 1996 and is happy to support the Woodland Hills football team. If you have an issue concerning state government, contact one of Senator Costa's 3 local offices. Senator Costa's offices offer a variety of services for constituents. You can reach Senator Costa's Forest Hills office at 412-241-6690 or log on to senatorcosta.com.
You're tuned in to Wolverine Football, presented by State Senator Jay Costa on the Woodland Hills Football Network.
Back at Chartiers Valley High School with Rick McIntyre, Bob Workwist, and the entire Woodland Hills Football Network team. We're going to give you coverage of this game tonight. Also, if you're listening via the internet, big news for the MSA Sports Network, now the Trib Live High School Sports Network. MSA Sports powered by TribLive.com. Handoff, good job to juke his way forward for John Allen. Going to be stopped just shy of the sticks. It's going to be a 3rd down. Actually, it was that's the lead stick, so he picked up 5. It's going to be 3rd and 10. We'll call 3rd and maybe 10 and a half.
Yeah, again, nice job here, penetration by Woodland Hills. Really nice little slip cut there. It finds a crack. But again, we're maybe not making that tackle on first contact, but we're not letting go and not letting him get down the field. Straight
drop for Brueggemann on 3rd and 10. Fires to the far side. Has his man trying to spin out of the tackle. I'm not sure if Anthony Doyle got there. Nazir Taylor held on to him. He's going to be a yard short of the sticks on the far side. They needed 10. We'll call it a gain of 9. First completion of the game for either side, outside of the interception by Anthony Doyle. Quick count, and the Colts are going to go for it on 4th and 1.
I was just going to say, this is kind of right in that 4-down territory.
Brueggemann under center, takes the snap. He rolls forward, 1st down. He needed 1. He's going to pick up about 3 to the 30-yard line. Called a gain of 2 for Reed Brueggemann at a first down on 4th and 1 for Chartiers Valley.
Yeah, the defense just was completely caught off guard there, which is kind of surprising in a 4th and 1. You got to be expecting that quarterback sneak up the middle, especially with the kid as athletic as they have at Chartiers Valley.
I was worried about the hard count, too, drawing Woodland Hills offside.
I mean, they just were not ready, didn't come off the ball. Big hole.
So first down.
Excellent play call by the Chartiers Valley staff.
And comfortable running the football is Reed Brueggemann, their quarterback. Gets the first down to the 30, second of this drive, second of the half for the Colts. 2:25 to go first quarter, nothing doing there. That is Tyrell Barlow. That is John Allen, and he finds the turf courtesy of Mr. Barlow at 6 foot, 252, the senior defensive lineman.
Looked like Howes was up in there too. He pushes 2-man back. He doesn't make the tackle, but he makes the tackle possible. Again, he's clogging that hole, doing what a defensive lineman's supposed to do.
Meredith,
take up space.
Did you tell me that was a +1 on the film?
Absolutely,
when you're taking up, that's a +2 if you're taking out 2, right? Maybe.
If you get your hand if you get your hand in on the tackle, it's a +2.
DeJuan wants it to be a +2, but you're right.
I never got to grade the defense.
Second 11. That's a lateral. That's got to be a free ball. No, they called an incomplete pass. That was again maybe a backward pass to the near side to Logan Scott, but it goes incomplete. The referees blew the whistle. Scott couldn't come up with it. 3rd and 11 now for Chartiers Valley at the Woodland Hills 31.
That was really close.
That's a good angle
there. Good job by the cameraman here at the Woodland Hills Football Network.
Scott was behind, but the ball was straight from Brueggemann's hand.
It came forward just enough to not be a total disaster.
So 3rd and 11.
Big defensive player for Woodland Hills.
Colts send Ablack to the far side. Also to the left goes Anthony Doyle. Twins come near side as well for Chartiers Valley on 3rd and long. 5 defensive linemen for the Wolverines. Brueggemann with a straight drop, steps up at the 40. He's trying to get out of pressure, won't do it. Yeah, he did. Good escapability. Great job to stay with him by Tyrell Barlow, but Brueggemann turned a loss into a positive pickup. It's going to be 4th and about 8. There you see Brueggemann, the 5'9 senior. Woodland Hills have been impressed with their pressure in this first quarter.
White jerseys just swarming that pocket all day. And we've got to make that tackle, but fortunately we had enough guys coming to the ball for that gang tackle. Keeps them short of the first down. Puts them in a tough decision here.
They're going to go for it. Lucas brought Brueggemann down at the Woodland Hills 28. Dan Knaus says, let's go for it. Trips come right. Lone man to the far side is Anthony Doyle. Sidecar to the right. Brueggemann straight drop. There's the pressure again. Has to get rid of it. In the traffic, intercepted by Nazir Taylor at the 5. Out over the 10, 15, far side 20, 25, 30, 35. No, he stepped out of bounds on the far sideline. But Nazir Taylor makes the INT on another big play on the season for Taylor. And he gets the ball out over the 30-yard line. So a good return for Taylor late in the first quarter. And that's the second turnover of the game, an interception either way. And Woodland Hills will get their 3rd possession.
You know, there's a theory when you're an offensive coordinator that in a fourth and long situation like that, if you throw it down towards the end zone and you get the pick, it's almost as good as a punt would have been. But when you got somebody like Nazir Taylor possibly turning it up the sideline and taking it back for 6, you could see it in that replay. He was a foot away from taking it all the way.
We saw Nazir Taylor with a pick 6 against Baldwin that was called back, courtesy of the penalty. So 1st and 10, Woodland Hills will get possession at their own 34. So nice job by Nazir Taylor. They'll hand it off into the interior line. Again, Woodland Hills has gone primarily I set. And this first carry of the game goes to Jaquan Smith. It's a pickup of 3 to the 36 on what could be the final play of the first quarter.
I think that's the first double tight end look we've seen from Woodland Hills. And again, this struck me a couple weeks ago. I don't remember ever seeing Woodland Hills actually pulling their tight ends to block before. I think that speaks volumes about the athleticism of these 2 tight ends we have.
After the 3-yard pickup for Smith, give it 2. We'll call it 2nd and 8. Woodland Hills, he's the low man in the backfield. H-back to the near side. Smith trying to get to the near side. Gets the edge. Flag goes down 40, 45, but it's going to come back. Puts his shoulder down, and he's knocked out of bounds at midfield by Dylan Ablack, but there was a flag in the backfield, and most likely that's going to be a hold or an illegal block, as Smith did a good job to get the near edge, but it's going to be all for naught. Holding is the call against Woodland Hills. 3 penalties, all flagged against the Wolverines in quarter number 1.
Yeah, I'm afraid maybe I just jinxed the big tight end down there. I gave him a nice compliment. I think he might be the guilty party here on the hold.
Flag is dropped 5 yards in the backfield as well, so.
Yeah.
It's actually the H-back. It was Christopher Jones,
right,
who got a little bit of the jersey. Flag is actually dropped at the 32, so -4 on the carry, 10 from there, with 1 second remaining in the first quarter.
Got a bit of a hole to climb out here for Woodland Hills to start off the second quarter.
And the whistle sounds. The first quarter comes to an end. 12 minutes in the books from Chartiers Valley. The Woodland Hills Wolverines, the Chartiers Valley Colts are scoreless in this Allegheny 9 conference matchup. We'll take a break. You're tuned in to the Woodland Hills Football Network, presented by State Senator Jay Costa.
The Triangle Bar and Grill in Swissvale is a proud sponsor of the Wolverines and has been serving the Woodland Hills community for nearly 70 years. The Triangle, located on Monongahela Avenue, is the home of the Battleship, the sandwich that made Swissvale famous. Plus, the Triangle has a full menu of specialty sandwiches you're gonna love. Call the Triangle at 412-271-9885 to place your order now.
Life has its ups and downs. There are times when you or a loved one needs help. That's why you should know the name LGAR, Health and Rehabilitation Center. Located just minutes from the Monroeville Mall, the LGAR Health and Rehabilitation Center has been known by locals for many years, and they excel in reputation, rehabilitation, recuperation, and residential living. The help and answers you need are just a phone call away at 412-825-9000. Also on the web at lgar.org. LGAR Health and Rehabilitation Center, a name you should know and a name you can trust.
You're tuned in to Wolverine Football, presented by State Senator Jay Costa on the Woodland Hills Football Network.
Second quarter begins. Woodland Hills 2nd and 22 at their own 22. Jaquan Smith missing a tackle, kind of ducked under a tackle in the backfield, gets positive yardage, maybe 2 to the 24 before he's brought down, and will still be 3rd and long for the Wolverines. Again, that holding penalty was costly because Smith had a first down near midfield, but it was all for naught.
Yeah, and then for Coach Tim Bostard over there, he's got to be telling his guys right now. Right now, the most important thing is controlling the ball and not turning this over right now. You know, you're deep. You got 3rd and forever. If we get one that breaks, great. If not, we cannot turn this ball over and trust Whitehurst to get a good punt off here, you know, if we don't make the first down.
Nazir Taylor comes to the near side. You see the Woodland Hills cheerleaders on the far side down the Wolverines bench, and H-back is to the left. Smith, the lone man in the backfield in this double tight formation. Whitehurst will throw, 3-step drop, slant to Taylor. Makes the catch. Can he get first down yardage? No, he does pick up a gain of, call it 21 from the 24 to the 40, or call it 16, excuse me, to the 40. He's dropped there by Anthony Doyle, his first catch of the game for Nazir Taylor. First completion as well for Michael Whitehurst.
Nice play call here. They saw that slant's going to be open. The corner's not playing off a whole lot, but he's not right on top of him. He doesn't have a whole lot of quick, you know, inside coverage or inside help. Excellent play
I said
call.
It was Doyle, but it was Troy Donofrio. If he doesn't make the tackle, you know Nazir Taylor has that big play capability. But 3rd possession, one an interception, 2nd punt of the game for Whitehurst. Little lob snap. Good kick, though. Whitehurst has been, again, really consistent. Allen has it, he dropped it, but gets it right back. Good coverage by Marcus Taylor. He dropped him in his tracks. The ball came out, but John Allen got right back on it. Chartiers Valley will start at their own 23-yard line, their 4th possession of this first half.
Okay, this game is trending in a way that there's going to be some kind of a big splash play on a punt return here. That should have been, I think, a fair catch. You know, when you got them, you know, bearing down and he goes on top of number 30 right in front of him, he had 2 guys on the flank.
Well, this was
there
a guy
nowhere to go
who
there.
picked up the rolling punt in amongst 3 white jerseys earlier in this game, so he is kind of a gambler with Rick McIntyre and Bob Workwist on the MSA Sports Network. Colts had the ball at their own 23, and again, this is the 4th time they've had possession. They've punted twice as well, and they also turned the ball over on an interception by Nazir Taylor on their last possession. And neither team has done very much offensively here in this first half. Defenses have been pretty good, pretty tight.
Yeah, it's really been a battle of the defensive lines here.
Agreed. Brueggemann tries to run right, and he is gobbled up by that interior line, this time coming off the bottom of the pile. Who else? Howells and Barlow. They've been tough in the middle. Brueggemann gets 1 to the 24.
You know, when you get into games like this, where it's the big, heavy, physical battle inside, you can see it. There's just bodies flying, smacking helmets off of helmets. good penetration. Those big guys are working hard. And you combine that with the heat, and we're going to start seeing fatigue being a factor here, I think, by the end of this quarter.
Brevard was also in on the tackle. The linebacker's been good. Flip out to the far side for the Colts. Good penetration once again is getting in there to knock the man down. Michael Roman, as the ball was caught on the right side of the field by Logan Scott. He picks up no yards. He gets back to the line of scrimmage.
He had to dive about 4 yards to get back to the line.
Again, another good read by one of the outside men from the Woodland Hills Wolverines. This time it was Michael Roman, the linebacker, the junior at 5'10", 171.
Would like to see him get a little bit lower on that tackle and make the big play, in the backfield. But he did the right thing, and he at least turned him inside.
Much like Smith and Taylor did with their tackles. They went low.
Exactly.
So 3rd and 9 for Chartiers Valley. They have a sidecar to the left, trips to the left. Rolling to the near side comes Brueggemann. Has time, has room, has a man open. It's caught. Anthony Doyle, first down yardage at the 40. Spins to the 45. Denard and Smith drop him there. But that's a first down for Chartiers Valley. Their 3rd of the game.
You see a little bit of argument there between Denard and Smith and maybe whose zone that was. They found a nice little soft spot right in between their zones. Really nobody around. Excellent play call. Nice read by the quarterback. Good job delivering.
Called a gain of 17. They spot the ball at the 41. All 3 first downs in this game belong to the Chartiers Valley Colts. Brueggemann will fake the handoff, tries to go to the outside. Nothing doing. Good job to come back to the near side, and he gets 4 yards to midfield. Great escapability. Denard finally brings Brueggemann down at the 50-yard line.
Yeah, you watch his knees here. He gets down low. He's kind of a small target, tough to really get a good hit on. Keeps his knees churning and just gets through about 3 guys there to pick up some yards on what could have been a broken play.
He saw Josh Rawlings on the left edge and did a good job to get away from him. He made a stop. Rawlings made a stop, but Brueggemann did a good job to cut back to the near side and pick up 4 to midfield. 2nd and 6. Colts have trips to the right, 1 wide receiver to the near side, a sidecar also to the left. That's John Allen. Fakes the handoff, though. He gives it to Allen. Allen is wrapped up in the backfield. Good penetration by Jeremy Turner to drop Allen for a loss of 2 back at the Colts' 48-yard line.
I don't know if you saw that pre-snap, but Turner came flying up from his linebacker spot and gets down and dirty with the lineman and actually manages to get through more or less untouched and gets to the backfield, makes a nice wrap tackle.
Nice job by Jeremy Turner, the junior at 6 foot, 188 linebacker. The linebackers have been pretty active tonight for Woodland Hills, the defensive backs as well as the interior linemen. So you mentioned it. You made a good call earlier. Both lines defensively have played well.
Absolutely. If the linebackers are getting their name called a lot, that means the D-line is doing their job.
Here comes a blitz. Brueggemann, it's picked up. Late pressure, flips it out there to the near side. Good adjustment trying to go up to get it by Connor Barrett, but he couldn't make the catch on the coverage. Anthony Meredith for the Wolverines. It'll be 4th down and 8 for Chartiers Valley. Most likely another punt situation for the Colts.
And again, they brought Turner up to the line of scrimmage. We're almost kind of right in the 1 spot there.
Actually.
They picked him up, but it opens up a little bit of gap somewhere else. So they're throwing an extra little wrinkle at that offensive line.
It opened up Roman from the far side. He brought the late pressure on Brueggemann.
Exactly. Throw a wrinkle at him, see what you can crack through, and then keep throwing it.
Armando Novelli to kick it away. It's over his head. Novelli has to go back. He has time to punt it away. He does a good job to turn and kick it. You'll take all this positive yardage of the Colts. That ball hits and is down at the Woodland Hills 38-yard line, picked off on the bounce by Sean Bannis. Well, you'll take the alternative, which was Woodland Hills getting possession in Colts territory.
Absolutely. I mean, we've seen a lot of these high snaps already this year. A couple of them hurt Woodland Hills pretty bad. A couple of them, to our advantage. But really nice job here by the kicker. I mean, that's easy to just panic. I know when I see it from up here, my heart stops a little bit.
It's the special team coaches for each team.
Yeah, nice job. Keep your composure. Get whatever yardage you can get out of that kick.
4th possession for the Woodland Hills. They've only run 7 plays from scrimmage, 2 3-and-outs. The other play was an interception. Actually, it's 8 plays. Whitehurst will hand it off, coming to the near side, trying to get the near edge is Jaquan Smith. He does 40, cuts at the 43. He's over the 45 and is wrapped up there. Coming up to make the tackle is Brett Hicks, but a good run for Jaquan Smith on first down. He picks up 9 to the Woodland Hills 47. Actually, call it 8. They spot him down at the 46.
Yeah, that's just the basic zone blocking scheme for Woodland Hills. They've been running that. That's been one of their bread and butters for a long time here. It's designed to basically hit right off that tight end, but anywhere you find a cut, you take it and get it upfield.
Michael Rennie actually made the tackle, 25, not 26. I don't know about you, but I'm a simple man. I like seeing 9 and 10 on the edges.
Yeah, anytime they can get that corner, there's a chance they're going for 6.
This time it was a gain of 8, biggest gain from scrimmage for the Wolverines and Jaquan Smith. Grabbing motion. They'll hand it off to Smith. They go counter near side. Has to cut it back. He's forced back. Now makes a move away from the tackler. Comes back to the near side. Oh, and he is drilled down. Nice tackle by Colton Bateman. But that is a great 1-yard pickup. Almost 2 for Jaquan Smith. He could have been very well knocked down in the backfield off the pressure from John Allen.
This might be the most spectacular 1-yard run I think I've ever seen.
We're going to give him 2 and a first down. Watch this move right here because Allen made a great play. He got away from that tackle, and then he stiff-armed to the ground Logan Scott before coming back to the near sideline. It is a pickup of 2 and a first down. A great individual effort for Jaquan Smith.
That's an outstanding. It's not the orthodox way to get the first down. As you said, you're a simple man. That was not the most simple way to go about getting the change in downs.
You'll take the results. First down of the game for the Wolverines. Well, off the 49. They're on 49 near midfield. Hand off to Smith. He runs left this time, and he is stood up and then dropped. Good read on the edge by Connor Barrett. Coming in to seal the deal was Jordan Demas, I believe, for the Colts.
Yeah, Jaquan's kind of channeling his left bell here. He doesn't quite hit the hole. Looks like there was a little bit of a gap there. He's a little indecisive. Dances a little bit, and just nothing develops.
It was Donofrio who actually spun him down. They're the Colts cheerleaders. Good call because he looked a lot like Le'Veon Bell, who is a very patient runner, as anyone knows. That's a loss of 1 for Smith. 2nd and 11, the Wolverines at their own 48. Halfway through the second quarter, scoreless between the Colts and the Wolverines. Whitehurst rolling to the left, looking to throw underneath man. He has the man falling across. That was Eric Oliver, the tight end, and he is dropped at the 45, but that's a pickup of 7. And it'll be 3rd down and 4 for the Wolverines. Nice little drag route underneath by Oliver, the tight end.
Yeah, nice play here. It's the play action, or a lot of teams call it the waggle. The drag coming across is almost always open, and if it's not open, that deep corner's open. Fortunately, the drag was open because that deep corner's a little harder to hit when you're on the move.
I too would call it the waggle when you come across. Whitehurst, the left-hander, very comfortable rolling to the left. You think he looks most comfortable though, just on those straight drops.
Yes.
Handoff up the middle. First down, Amore Meredith is going to go untouched for 45. Anthony Meredith right up the gut for the first score of the game, a 45-yard jaunt into the end zone.
Well, that hit extremely quick. That is the exact opposite of the Lev Bell running method. This is hit the hole, head and shoulders squared. He never gets even close to getting touched here. Excellent job by that offensive line for Woodland Hills. Opens up that one hole, and he's just off to the races.
Second touchdown of the season for Anthony Meredith. This one, a tremendous run up the middle for 45 yards. Chucky Hanchett is on to try to make it 7-0 for the Woodland Hills Wolverines out of the hold of Whitehurst to the goalpost at our right. Snap is down, kick is up, kick is good. Woodland Hills breaks the ice, 4:37 to go, second quarter. Woodland Hills 7, Chartiers Valley nothing. You're tuned in to the Woodland Hills Football Network, presented by State Senator Jay Costa. It's not me. It's not me. Here's Valley High School in Bridgeville. Woodland Hills gets the first score of the game. A tremendous run untouched up the middle for Anthony Meredith for second touchdown run of the season. It was 3rd and about 4, and they went short yardage, and what did Meredith find a hole and shot through it like a cannon.
Yeah, excellent play there. And, that's essentially a dive play. You're not expecting, to break that all the way, but every once in a while you catch the linebackers in the right stunt. And any play can go for that 45-yard run the way that did.
Kickoff by Hanchett. Fumbled at the near side. Going back to get it is Logan Scott. Scott gets pressure, gets away from one tackler, gets away from two, but Taylor drops him down at the 20-yard line.
That came close to looking like another one of those, a lot of busted tackle, heartbreaker plays for Woodland Hills. Does a nice job there, kind of muffs the catch a little bit, picks up, keeps his composure, gets a couple positive yards, breaks some tackles. Now we're going to start seeing this, I think, this fatigue factor come in. Woodland Hills gets that touchdown, they get that little extra jolt. Let's see what Chartiers Valley comes back with.
So Chartiers Valley gets their 5th possession. And we get is that a pre-snap?
Yeah, it looked like
Flag?
Looked like Howe's a little eager to get in there and get himself some lunch. Oh.
They call procedure against the Colts.
Very nice.
So lunch indeed for DeJuan House. He was drawn offside.
Apparently he had the lunch ticket. I didn't see it, but I'll take it.
Brueggemann was pointing at House. Kind of saw what you saw.
I think maybe Brueggemann got caught with a little bit of sometimes at a hard count if you move a little much as a quarterback.
He was trying to direct attention away. You got that. So 1st and 15. Brueggemann spins to the right as they fake the handoff to the left, and he countered to the right, and Howes brings him down. That's a pickup of 5, though, for Reed Brueggemann. Back to the original line of scrimmage. We'll call it 2nd down. Actually give him 6 to the 21. 2nd and 9 for the Colts at their own 21. With 4:05, clock turns in the 2nd quarter. Woodland Hills leading Chartiers Valley 7-0.
Meredith came in there late and made a really nice hit on the ball there to help bring him down.
Brueggemann directing traffic. He's got twins to the right, sidecar left, near side also to the left as a wide receiver is Logan Scott. Takes the handoff. Well, down and out route for Scott, sliding catch, but it is, not sure he came up with it. Yeah, they do say he made the catch. That's a 4-yard pickup to the 25. It's going to be 3rd and 5 from there for Chartiers Valley. Scott has run the ball in the backfield. He also just caught a lateral. It's just a little down and out. Button hook type route to the near side. He went down to get it. See, I saw that ball come up, but he did a good job to secure it with his right hand.
He did. Even if that ball's not low and he doesn't have to go down and get it, I don't think they're not going to get the 1st down there. But
trips are right for the Colts. Sidecar right for Reed Brueggemann. Shotgun, and we get another pre-snap foul charged against the Colts. 3rd and 5 becomes 3rd and 10. Getting the rancor of head coach Dan Knaus and the rest of the Chartiers Valley coaching staff. Dan Knaus, by the way, much like Tim Bostard, is a alumni. He's a 1996 Chartiers Valley grad. He played football at Westminster. Also was the head coach for a while at Cornell, and then spent a few seasons at Carnegie Mellon coaching linebackers. Came back to his alma mater. Looking for win number 1 as the head coach here at Chartiers Valley. They're 0-4 on the year.
Coaching at Cornell is not a bad thing to have on your resume.
Cornell High School.
Oh, Cornell High School. Well, that's not bad either.
Well, he had a 7-3 record in one of the seasons there, so that was good. You're thinking Ivy League Cornell.
Yeah.
I'd like to have that on my resume. You got Ivy League in your background, don't you? Patriot League, right? League. Rolling to the right. Brueggemann under pressure, steps up, will throw it down the field, firing it long, and it's incomplete. Then there's a flag as Doyle was taken off his feet by Jaquan Smith. The 1 down. That's going to be pass interference against Woodland Hills, and that'll give the Colts a 1st down at their own 35-yard line. Not sure. We'll have to see the replay because, Rick, I'm not sure if Smith fell into the legs or actually reached out into the legs.
It's I saw it pretty well. It could have been an incidental contact, but I think they have to throw the flag there. The ball was catchable. It's unfortunate because Jaquan did a nice job here in coverage. He's right on him. He's making a play at the ball, and it looked to me like their feet just kind of get tangled up here at the last second.
Yeah, there's good pressure as Turner put it on. You might be right.
Yeah, I think we didn't quite catch it there, but
they're going to replay it back for those watching the
right
game.
There.
Smith was kind of reaching out for the ball.
Jaquan's right foot just clips
the back heel of the right foot.
And there's no real contact with the arms.
But his arms came out, and I think the side judge may have seen that.
If there was such a thing as instant replay on those kind of plays, they may have overturned something like that, but they have to throw the flag there.
Colts get their fourth first down with 2:33 to go in the first quarter. They'll start at their own 35 after the pass interference. Turner had a piece of Brueggemann, did a good job to escape from that, coming in to make the tackle, Teron Best. And Brueggemann picks up 3 to the Colts' 38-yard line.
This Brueggemann's impressing me so far with his ability to make a little bit out of nothing, you know. They're running that option there. Woodland Hills does a nice job committing. They stop the dive. They got the quarterback covered on the outside, got the option man covered. Scrambles to get a couple positive yards.
Not the tallest quarterback, it's just 5'8", but 5'9", but good escapability for Brueggemann. You can see he's comfortable. Runs to the right this time. Best following him along, and the man who was in front of him was Tyrell Barlow, and Brueggemann is dropped right at the 38, no gain, 3rd and 7.
I think Barlow heard you there and said, what escapability? That's my lunch.
And Barlow at 6 foot 252, impressive once again. Best followed him along too, and that's with escapability. You need that as well because there's always that cutback.
Absolutely.
There you see Best saw it. He followed him along, and Barlow was there. So good tandem tackle by that duo as we get a timeout. Didn't notice there was a timeout taken with 1:46 to go, so we'll keep it right here. Woodland Hills, courtesy of an Anthony Meredith 45-yard touchdown run. They lead Chartiers Valley 7-0. We have 1:46 to go before halftime. A third down situation. There's the Allegheny 9 Conference, Upper St. Clair, West Allegheny atop the standings at 3-0. Hampton is 2-1, and then Woodland Hills and Moon 1-1. Fox Chapel, North Hills 1-2. Chartiers Valley, the Colts are 0-2. Baldwin at the bottom of the A9 with an 0-3 conference record. So these games become important. There's the other 5A conference, the Big East Conference. Gateway leads that. 3-0 record. Penn Trafford 2-0. McKeesport 2-1. Plum is at 2-1 along with Franklin Regional after the big upset last week. The Mustangs knocked off Franklin Regional.
Yeah, that score I think caught us all a little off guard. Plum, happy to see Plum putting together a nice year.
3rd and 8. Brueggemann has a sidecar right, twins to the sidecar left, twins to the right, flips it out to the far side, intercepted. Picked off by Nazir Taylor, his second of the game. He's trying to spin for yardage, going to be dropped right at the 48. Ball comes out, but the whistle had blown, which is absolutely the right call. Second INT of this contest for Nazir Taylor.
Nice read here by Nazir. He just kind of sits back in his zone. You can see him right there. He's looking at the quarterback the whole way. Quarterback never looks him off. He knows where he's going right off the ball.
Overthrown, and Taylor picked it off near midfield. Dropped down by Sean Bannis.
Excellent tackle. Excellent job there by Bannis to stay on him because that was going very potentially going for 6 the other way pretty quickly.
Taylor is capable of doing that. There you see the big boy back in the lineup. DeVega Bird, second game since his return from a meniscus injury. Taylor comes to the near side. 2 INTs in this contest for Nazir Taylor. That's 3 or 4 on the season. Whitehurst to throw. Steps, fires to the far side. They're going to float it out there. That's Taylor. That's the catch. And that is 6 for number 1 for a 49-yard pick. And there are no flags.
Scanning the field for Laundry. I see nothing. Didn't know if we're going to have to do that 3 times again this week like we did last week.
So the fly pattern works. That is the first touchdown of the game for Nazir Taylor via the reception, and a good job to get behind the defense by Nazir Taylor. That's that one-on-one you like to look for Nazir Taylor, his second touchdown reception of the season.
Really not bad coverage there by Chartiers Valley. He was right on him step for step. But excellent ball by Whitehurst. Puts it exactly where he had to put it on that outside shoulder towards the end line.
Whitehurst starting to try to make it a 14-0 game, but procedure is called against the Wolverines. So Taylor has 2 catches for 65 yards in this contest, including the 49-yard touchdown. We talk about it, you specifically, Rick. When you sit in the color commentary seat, talk about one-on-one with Taylor. There it was, and it was exploited well. Yeah,
the 2 things I want to see out of this Woodland Hills offense with Whitehurst throwing the ball are when you get that 1-on-1, you can set it up and you just throw it up for grabs with Nazir, or you get that quick 3-step drop. Those outs, those 5-7 yards outs, they're going to be there all day against just about any team.
Hanchett is good on the extra point. Woodland Hills leads Chartiers Valley 14-0. You're listening to this broadcast on the MSA Sports Network, powered by TribLive.com. You're also tuned in to the Woodland Hills Football Network. It's presented by State Senator Jay Costa.
LG3 Entertainment is a first-class disc jockey and karaoke entertainment company that serves the Pittsburgh and surrounding areas. They offer a wide range of music entertainment for weddings, anniversaries, school dances, corporate events, and more. They also offer beautiful chair cover linen rentals to give your event the elegance it deserves. They offer many more services, so go to their website today and see why so many choose LG3 Entertainment for the best in family fun entertainment.
You're tuned in to Wolverine Football, presented by State Senator Jay Costa on the Woodland Hills Football Network.
Wolverines have broke this one open. They have scored 2 touchdowns in 3 minutes and 9 seconds. Here's another replay on the Nazir Taylor touchdown. Just a 3-step drop, and that's a simple fly pattern down the far sideline. And Taylor, with that athleticism, good hands too on that catch to reach out and make the grab, and goes the distance.
Nice to see Whitehurst bouncing back. You know, one really maybe bad interception last week. A couple costly plays in the week before that. Having a really nice night tonight.
John Allen makes the return. Starts his zone 15. He's out over the 25, near the 27 for Chartiers Valley, and they'll get the ball back with 1:21 to go before halftime. They have had 5 drives, 3 punts, 2 interceptions, both by Nazir Taylor. The second one by number 1 led to 6 by number 1.
And I was just going to comment on it, and that's the big factor here is when you get that turnover and you capitalize on it and you get that extra 7 on the scoreboard, especially late going into the half. I expect to see some of these linemen here with their hands on their knees, maybe gassed a little bit.
Not only do they capitalize on the very next play from scrimmage.
Yeah, that kind of drives a dagger into the other team going into halftime.
So Pregame is in the I formation this time, under center. Wide receiver either way. He's going to run right, coming back left, and he's going to be wrapped up. He'll spin forward for a pickup of 3 to the 30, but Woodland Hills has done a good job at times of reading that. That tackle was made by Caleb Brevard, the junior linebacker.
Yeah, nice read by Brevard. I mean, you see this option offense. You practice against it all week. One linebacker, strong side's going to be keyed on that quarterback. You got the outside linebacker keyed on the option man. Nice job there, not buying for the fake, staying with his man, making a nice tackle.
Second down and 8. Pregame to throw, near side, slant route on the near hash. It is behind his intended receiver, Logan Scott, incomplete.
From my angle there, Brevard was a step or 2 away from maybe getting a pick there. I'm not sure if he saw that linebacker rolled underneath in coverage. I'm not sure if Brevard saw the ball in time to make a play on it, but
there are quarterbacks at the next level and the next level who don't see that linebacker rolled into coverage.
And most of them aren't 5'8". It's a tough kidder, but that's a tough thing to do is read down the field when you're a little shorter than everybody else on the field.
Sidecar either way in this shotgun. Pregame again looking right, steps back, resets. He's going to roll to the right side. He's being chased from behind by Thomas Sheard. He's going to run. He'll pick up the first down and then puts the ball out of bounds to stop the clock with 32 seconds. Good field awareness by Reed Pregame. And he picks up a first down at the 40-yard line. That's a pickup of 11, for the senior quarterback.
Yeah, I said it before, I'm impressed with this kid. I'm more so with every snap of the ball. He's got great composure back there. He's getting chased by some big dogs early on in this play.
Didn't force a pass either.
It's a quick 3-step drop. He's trying to get that pump and go down the left sideline, gets the pressure, snuffs him out, keeps his head upfield, knows what the play is going to be. Nice little fake here to get himself a couple extra yards. Get that first down.
And he puts the football out too. So he's going to throw on the shotgun. Gets pressure, resets to the far side. Underneath, wide open. It is Logan Scott, and he's in the Woodland Hills territory. He cuts it back at the 30. Spins inside the 30, near the 27. Still on his feet. And he's finally brought down with 19 seconds to go before halftime, but no underneath coverage whatsoever for Logan Scott. And a big gainer for the Colts. That is a pickup of 30.
Yeah, that's just a complete breakdown by the secondary on Woodland Hills. Not sure. I didn't catch what coverage they were in going into that play, but obviously there was nobody within 10 yards of that receiver.
Call it 32, Rick. They spot the ball at the 28. Scott fought for extra yardage at the end of that. Would have cost the Colts a couple seconds on the clock. Chartiers Valley is a pretty good field goal kicker. On the season, their kicker is Beatty. And Griffin Beatty has kicked a couple of field goals.
Yeah, we haven't actually got to see him on the field yet.
Next week, Chartiers Valley, or Woodland Hills, on the road. It's a 2-game road trip in Allegheny 9 conference play. In Allison Park, they'll take on the Hampton Talbots. You can see it and hear it along the Woodland Hills Football Network and the MSA Sports Network, the soon-to-be Trib Live High School Sports Football Network. So with 19 seconds to go, Chartiers Valley has one timeout remaining. So they've got that going for Pregame. You'd like to pick up at least 8, maybe 10 yards if you want to look for a field goal.
They're going to look for one in the end zone here.
And they will throw it down the middle, post pattern. Scott trying to get there, and he was shielded off from that pass by Meredith. Ball was to the right of Meredith, and Scott just couldn't make the adjustment. Good coverage by Anthony Meredith.
Yeah, I think
good call. They were going for the end zone all the way. That's the right call.
If I know it, Joe Sampson knew it, and he had the right coverage call. He had the deep 3, everything covered down the field.
With 13 seconds, I'm the Colts. I might go for the end zone again.
With 13, well, they still have the one timeout. I think you might take one more stab at the end zone, or at least something down close to the end zone with maybe out pattern to the 5.
Keep in mind, Pregame has been under pressure and is very comfortable running the ball. Twins either way for the Colts. Sidecar to his right. He drops back. There's the pressure. He's drilled, but he gets it away to the far flag, and it's overthrown, incomplete. Nazir Taylor on the coverage of Dylan Ablack. But Pregame is down. He got crushed on the near side blitz from Eric Oliver, the defensive end. It's just a straight rush. You got to take a hit to try to make the play. Pregame did exactly that. Had to get rid of it way too early.
I think Oliver may have gotten away with one there. That could have. I saw the ref really staring it down. I think if he had a different angle, that might have been a flag. It looked like it might have been a helmet-to-helmet hit.
So with 8 seconds now to go before halftime, it's a 3rd and 10 for the Colts. They picked up 32 on the catch and run by Scott. Here comes the good replay.
Yep.
Oh, you got it.
You got him right in the ear hole.
Who said your eyes are bad? You're on top of it tonight. He did get air-holed.
Yeah, that could have been a really costly penalty.
Got to try to lead more of that shoulder. 3rd and 10. Pregame will throw. Gets pressure again. Gets away from Brevard, but he hangs onto the jersey, and he sacks Pregame back at the 38-yard line with 2 seconds to go. Second sack of the game for the Woody High defense.
Nice job again there. I mean, we keep talking about this defensive line getting penetration, not getting eaten up on the offensive line, getting their hands active, getting the block away from them. He came just completely unblocked. And everybody's flying to the ball. Get to the ball.
Loss of
nice
10
job.
On the sack. That football is spotted wrong.
That little number 7, he's tough to bring down. You almost have to ear hole him to get him down anymore.
Well, he's got that low center of gravity when he ducks down. You're right.
Yeah, low center of gravity has been the bane of my existence my whole life.
Too much gravity, the bane of my existence.
Well, that's later in life. I'm not fat. I'm gravitationally enhanced.
I'm gravitationally challenged. Follow us on Facebook here at the Woodland Hills Football Network, facebook.com/Woodland Hills Football Network. You can see the games broadcasted live, stream live on Facebook, on our YouTube channel as well. You can also catch the games on the local cable access channel. You can always hear the replays on the MSA Sports Network. So the Colts now after the sack. 4th and 20. They're going for the end zone. Pregame gets pressure. It's Summers. He rolls away from it. Can't get away from the second wave. And then Summers comes in, fools him off. Rick, it was Summers, then Meredith, and then Summers drops him.
Yeah, it looked like Meredith kind of kept the hand on the ankle around that whole play. Again, aggressive play call here by the defense. They brought 2 linebackers for the blitz, knowing that they were going to get pressure, not going to let them get that ball downfield.
So consecutive sacks ends the half. And the Woodland Hills Wolverines, a 45-yard touchdown run by Anthony Meredith. 3 minutes and 9 seconds later, Nazir Taylor got a 49-yard touchdown pass from Michael Whitehurst. And we head into halftime with the Woodland Hills Wolverines leading the Chartiers Valley Colts by a score of 14-0. We'll take a break and be back to sum up the first half right after this. You're tuned in to the Woodland Hills Football Network, presented by State Senator Jay Costa.
A-Boss Opticians on Braddock Avenue in Braddock is your one-stop optical shop. With hundreds of the latest frame styles and lenses, the skilled opticians at A-Boss will help select and fit the best eyewear option for you. Plus, A-Boss Opticians is the best eyewear repair facility in the area. No matter what your eyewear needs are, make A-Boss Opticians your opticians. Call A-Boss Opticians at 412-271-4424 or visit abossopticians.com.
You're tuned in to Wolverine Football, presented by State Senator Jay Costa on the Woodland Hills Football Network.
Welcome back to Chartiers Valley High School. For those listening on the MSA Sports Network, due to our technical setup tonight, there will be no halftime show, but you'll be able to hear the Woodland Hills Marching Band and the Chartiers Valley Marching Band. He's Rick McIntyre. I'm Bob Workwis here in Bridgeville. 14-0 lead to second quarter touchdown for the Woodland Hills Wolverines. Their defense was really good. 3 sacks, including back-to-back sacks, Rick, to end the half for the Wolverines defense.
Yeah, I mean, the number of sacks and just the pressure alone of that defensive line is really thrown at Pregame. It's been impressive so far. They're dominating the line of scrimmage. And whenever he does get the ball up, there's been how many 2 interceptions already?
Nazir Taylor with
both interceptions. Defense, I think, is the name of the game tonight for Woodland Hills so far. And I think the emergence of Whitehurst getting a little more comfortable, I think, back there taking snaps. Looks pretty good so far in this game. We haven't had a whole lot of offense so far, but what we have had has been pretty efficient, and we're able to move the ball.
Whitehurst threw an interception, Rick, but it was really a great individual effort by Anthony Doyle for Chartiers Valley. But he completed his last 3 passing attempts in the first half, including the 49-yard touchdown to Nazir Taylor.
Yeah, and that throw to Taylor, I mean, that's a textbook throw. Like I said, it's right over to Nazir Taylor's left shoulder, almost to the out-of-bounds mark. It's where the defense can't get to it. The only guy that can get to it is Nazir. And I've said it 100 times. You get me one-on-one with Nazir, I'm going to tell you to throw it every time.
Denard has only 1 touch in this game. Rodney Denard. Jaquan Smith has just 6 carries. Those numbers would lead you to think that it would be not a good situation for the Wolverines, but a 2-touchdown leader at the half. So they're doing it. Anthony Meredith had the other touchdown on that beautiful quick dive, and he went on touch 45 yards.
Yeah, like I said, that one I think caught everybody off guard. You know, that's a play you call when you're trying to get, first down. You're trying to pick up 3-4 yards, get yourself into a play-action situation for the next play. They happened to call it whenever Chartiers was on the right blitz. The right blitz for us, the wrong blitz for Chartiers. And there was no secondary man to get to him, and just like the parting of the Red Sea, just wide open going down to the end zone.
14-0 lead for the Woodland Hills Wolverines on the road here tonight. Allegheny 9 conference action at Chartiers Valley. We'll be back after the bands will entertain you, and we'll add up some numbers and talk more about the first half. You're listening and you're tuned in to the Woodland Hills Football Network. It's presented by State Senator Jay Costa. Enjoy the Woodland Hills Marching Band.
You're listening to Wolverine Football, presented by State Senator Jay Costa on the Woodland Hills Football Network. Wolverine Football is also brought to you by the Triangle Barn Grill, LGAR Health and Rehabilitation Center, Patrick T. Lanigan Funeral Home, Bush Brothers Car Care, the Barbers Inn in Swissvale, A-Boss Opticians, the Turtle Creek Valley Rotary Club, Web Landings, and LG3 Entertainment. Now it's time for the Woodland Hills Football Network Halftime Show.
Welcome back to Chartiers Valley High School with Rick McIntyre and Bob Workhorse. We'll get you some numbers, some more numbers right after this, but I want to let you know that Woodland Hills leads Chartiers Valley by a score of 14-0 at halftime. They got a 45-yard touchdown around the Wolverines did from Anthony Meredith, and then Nazir Taylor caught a touchdown pass of 49 yards from Michael Whitehurst. The Wolverines, 2 touchdowns in 3 minutes and 9 seconds. At the half, they lead this contest by a score of 14-0. You're tuned in to the Woodland Hills Football Network. It's all presented by State Senator Jay Costa.
State Senator Jay Costa is proud to represent Pennsylvania's 43rd District since 1996 and is happy to support the Woodland Hills football team. If you have an issue concerning state government, contact one of Senator Costa's 3 local offices. Senator Costa's offices offer a variety of services for constituents. You can reach Senator Costa's Forest Hills office at 412-241-6690 or log on to senatorcosta.com. The Triangle Bar and Grill in Swissvale is a proud sponsor of the Wolverines and has been serving the Woodland Hills community for nearly 70 years. The Triangle, located on Monongahela Avenue, is the home of the Battleship, the sandwich that made Swissvale famous. Plus, the Triangle has a full menu of specialty sandwiches you're gonna love. Call the Triangle at 412-271-9885 to place your order now.
Life has its ups and downs. There are times when you or a loved one needs help. That's why you should know the name LGAR, Health and Rehabilitation Center. Located just minutes from the Monroeville Mall, the LGAR Health and Rehabilitation Center has been known by locals for many years, and they excel in reputation, rehabilitation, recuperation, and residential living. The help and answers you need are just a phone call away at 412-825-9000. Also on the web at lgar.org. LGAR Health and Rehabilitation Center, a name you should know and a name you can trust.
You're tuned in to Wolverine Football, presented by State Senator Jay Costa on the Woodland Hills Football Network.
Halftime, and we are back at Chartiers Valley High School in Bridgeville. The Woodland Hills Football Network, also on the MSA Sports Network, powered by TrimLive.com. 14-0 lead for Woodland Hills over the Chartiers Valley Colts. The Wolverines with 2 second-quarter touchdowns. And one of these situations where you look at stuff, Rick, and you think you can figure it out, but you can't figure it out. But I think I figured it out, if I haven't confused anyone with that. 37 plays for the Chartiers Valley Colts from scrimmage, but just 77 yards of offense. Woodland Hills has run just 15 plays from scrimmage, but they have 132 yards of offense, including 45-yard touchdown run, a 49-yard touchdown pass. And the other half of that, to me, is the defense of Woodland Hills.
Yeah, again, we talked about it, at the beginning of the halftime show, that the Woodland Hills defense seems to be the package of the day today. They're coming out. They came out right from the first snap, firing off the ball. The same usual suspects. The big dogs down low are getting penetration, clogging up the holes, keeping those linebackers free to come in and make the big hits, making a lot of tackles themselves. And the defense is really, I think, controlling this game outright.
Splash plays we like to talk about. Thank you, Mike Tomlin. 45-yard touchdown run, that's one. 49-yard touchdown pass, that's another. 3 sacks, 2 interceptions. That's 5 splash plays, 5 on D, 7 altogether for Woodland Hills in the first half.
Well, I think the two that kind of get paired are the second interception and then immediately the long touchdown pass. That becomes kind of more of a wave than it is a splash when you start linking them together. And I expect Mike Tomlin's probably watching this at home. And he's going to start using that terminology now, I think.
It was a week ago that the splash plays were all favoring Penn Trafford. Different story tonight, even though it's just a 14-0 lead. But the Wolverines will take that. And considering the fact that Rodney Nedard has just 2 yards rushing and Jay Smith has just 10, yet they lead by 2 touchdowns, you have to be pretty happy because you would think 9 and 10 are going to get their yardage eventually.
Yeah, when you got the 14-0 lead, going into the second half, obviously I don't think we're going to see a lot of throwing the ball. I think we're going to see a lot more possession by Woodland Hills in the second half. I think that's a bit of an anomaly in the first half, the way that we only got 17 snaps or whatever it was. 15 snaps. I think obviously that's not going to be the flow of the second half, I don't believe. And I think you're going to see a lot more smash mouth football from Woodland Hills, running the clock, picking up yards on the ground. And I think you're going to start seeing number 9, number 10 picking up some stats.
We're going to take a quick break. Back with the start of the second half. Right after this, you're tuned in to the Woodland Hills Football Network. It's presented by State Senator Jay Costa.
Patrick T. Lanigan Funeral Home, with locations in East Pittsburgh and Turtle Creek, is a member of the Hall of Excellence of the National Funeral Directors Association. This reflects the same pursuit of excellence by our Woodland Hills football team, cheerleaders, marching band, students, staff, and faculty. For over 110 years, Patrick T. Lanigan Funeral Home has been honored to serve local families and to be a proud partner of the Woodland Hills communities. Bush Brothers Car Care Center in Swissvale has been a Monongahela Avenue institution for nearly 30 years. Bush Brothers is a full-service mechanic and tire shop for all types of vehicles. Whether you need mechanical work, alignment, state inspection, emissions testing, new tires, or just an oil change, Bush Brothers is the place for you. Bush Brothers Car Care Center, Monongahela Avenue in Swissvale, or give Martin and Jason a call at 412-351-5342. There are few things that guys like more than a great haircut at a real barbershop. And at the Barber's Inn on Washington Avenue in Swissvale, you'll find both. Plus, you can relax in style on supple leather sofas while watching their big screen HD TV. You can even shoot some pool while you wait. But most importantly, you'll walk out the door with a haircut or shave you're sure to love. Walk-ins are always welcome at the Barber's Inn in Swissvale. For more information, call 412-271-7434. And remember, real men come to the Barber's Inn. Today's broadcast of Woodland Hills football is brought to you by the Turtle Creek Valley Rotary Club. Since 1905, Rotary clubs across the globe have brought business and professional leaders together to provide humanitarian services, encourage high ethical standards in all vocations, and to advance goodwill and peace around the world. The Turtle Creek Valley Rotary Club meets every Friday at noon at Shelley Pie. Rotary, service above self.
You're tuned in to Wolverine football, presented by State Senator Jay Costa on the Woodland Hills Football Network.
Back at Chartiers Valley, the Woodland Hills Wolverines leading 14-0 over the Chartiers Valley Colts. Alongside Rick McIntyre and Bob Workwist, the Wolverines will get the football to start the second half. They scored their touchdowns in a 3-minute, 9-second span of the second quarter to lead this game. Nazir Taylor, an interception and a touchdown reception. Anthony Meredith, a 45-yard touchdown run. For the Woodland Hills Wolverines, Griffin Beatty, the sophomore kicker, will kick it away. Colts in the gray with the red and blue will move left to right. Woodland Hills in the white, turquoise, and black. Back to receive deep. The trio of Denard, Smith, and Taylor bounce to the up man. It's Meredith. Turns and stumbles out near the 35-yard line. That's where Woodland Hills will start the second half of this contest. A couple other numbers to look at. 15 yards rushing for the Chartiers Valley Colts. That was held down a little bit by 3 sacks. But 62 yards passing, but 32 of those came in that big play late in the half against Connor Scott. So that just more numbers to solidify how well the defense played for the Wolverines in the first half.
Absolutely. We keep saying the word dominant, and that there's just no better way to describe what they put together in that first half. And hopefully we can see that continue. I want to see a nice long, clock draining drive here by the Wolverines.
You see Denard dotting the I for the first time here in the first play of the third quarter. He'll take the handoff. Right up the gut goes Roddy Denard. He is swallowed up by the big arms of Hunter Curran at 5'11", 269, but he does get forward over the 35 to about the 37.
Yeah, nice 4, maybe 5-yard pickup there, and that's exactly what we want to see. That puts us in nice position here for second down. Eats a little time off the clock. Keeps your quarterback fresh. Keeps your defense off the field. I always wondered if Jaquan and Denard, secretly kind of look at each other and go, if you weren't here, how many more carries I would have?
Could be. You throw Meredith in there. He dotted the I in the first half, has the touchdown run. Denard trying to get to the right edge and can't do it. Good job to come up and make that tackle for the Colts. I believe it was Ray Okoski. I'll check that on the replay, but Denard could not get the edge, and it's going to be third down.
Yeah, that backside pull there on the power play on the right.
It was Okoski.
Nice tackle. Got a hold of that shoulder pad and just wouldn't let go.
So 3rd and 6, consecutive carries for Denard. He just had 1 touch in the first half. He dots the I, wide receiver each way for the Wolverines. Whitehurst under center. Fake the handoff. No, he's going to hand it off to the up man. I believe that was the fullback, Marcus Taylor. Nothing doing. The quick hitter worked earlier with Meredith for a touchdown. This time Taylor is jammed up at the line of scrimmage for no gain.
Yeah, pretty conservative play calling here so far, which is kind of expected with the nice size lead. Just keep the ball, keep possession, try to move it where you can, and the job Whitehurst has been doing all year with the punts.
Good job to come low by Zach Thomas to make that tackle for Chartiers Valley. That's a case where we're just trying to surprise them with a quick hitter. Nothing doing.
Absolutely.
Whitehurst will kick it away, his 3rd punt of this contest. Back deep to receive for Chartiers Valley. To our left, John Allen, the junior. Low snap. They go for the block. Whitehurst gets it away high, short. Takes a bounce. Allen learned his lesson. He gets out of the way of that one.
I think there was a strongly worded conversation either on the sideline or at halftime.
One that we are unable to repeat. Ball takes a Woodland Hills roll back to the 12, and the Colts will begin their first possession of the second half in the third quarter, trailing 14-0.
Well, I'm certainly able to repeat that conversation, but I think I'd get a couple from Mr. Schaefer if I did choose to share that on the air.
It's a lesson learned, though, for John Allen.
Yeah, I mean, your instinct a lot of times is to try to make the big play. And just with that kind of situation, like what happened in the first half a couple times, it can result in an absolute disaster.
Reed Brueggemann, who had 8 yards on 14 carries, but was sacked 3 times in the first half. He threw 5 of 13 for 62 yards. Starts the half, tries to do a little ball handling, and actually drops the ball and has to go back to the 8-yard line to fall on it. That's a loss of 4 for Reed Brueggemann. This was the first time that he didn't do a good job of handling the ball in the backfield, and they lose 4 the first time that the Woodland Hills Wolverines didn't get a chance to get pressure on him. Yeah,
and I think Woodland Hills maybe got away with one there. You see, they weren't quite set. Had a couple players flopping back and forth on right before the snap, and the far side tight end came off the line free and was basically wide open for a nice little pop pass. Probably would have been a first down gain.
Brueggemann just simply couldn't handle the ball in the backfield. They're down to 5 seconds. Brueggemann's going to get under center with 2 seconds on the play clock. They get it off. He looks to the near side to throw. A down and out move. That's the big tight end, Ray Okoski, but it's overthrown. Pretty good coverage stride for stride on the near side by Tavine Brooks for the Wolverines.
Pretty good throw there by Brueggemann. I'm not sure that the big tight end ever actually saw that ball in the air.
Okoski had a touchdown catch in the first game of the season for Chartiers Valley against Peters Township. Big Ray Okoski at 6'5", 205 as senior. You can guess he is successful here at Chartiers Valley under Timmy McConnell. The basketball program is good, I think, here at Chartiers Valley.
Is that right?
I'd have to check that. Very good. My tongue firmly planted in my cheek. They'll fake the hand up. Play action. Hit at the goal line and dropped right there. I don't think it's going to be a safety, but it's another sack at the 1-foot line. And Tyrell Barlow, amongst other, with Sidney Summers, and I think that's a good spot at the 1-yard line. But 4th sack of the game for the Wolverines.
Yeah, they make contact with him there. His foot's just in the green. So that's like on the 1-inch line.
It was sort of an avalanche of white jerseys at Reed Brueggemann there. So the defense has been in his face all game.
And we've seen a high snap here earlier, and this is a short snap situation. We've seen this happen to Woodland Hills a couple weeks ago at home.
You get that high snap, it'll go through the goalpost. They do it well, and that's a good boot by Novelli. Denard has it at the 39 of Chartiers Valley, cuts at the 35, goes back the opposite way. Inside the 30 goes Denard, inside the 25. Stutter step, he breaks free at the 20. He's inside the 10. He is dragged out from behind at the 4-yard line. A 34-yard punt return for Rodney Denard. Connor Barrett finally made the tackle. Great field position for the Wolverines.
Really nice job by the Woodland Hills special teams here. This is a called play. He's faking left, and you see the actual blocking was developing everything down that right side. A little bit of run left, draws the coverage over a little bit, and kind of sets the blocks up for himself. Makes
good
a couple
block
nice.
By Jones, you got to be careful. There was almost a block in the back there.
Yeah, a couple nice moves down the sideline, and all of a sudden, a couple minutes in, we're inside the 10.
First and goal at the 5. You'll take that for the Wolverines. They lead 14-0. Trying to add on to their lead, trying to snap their 2-game losing streak. They lost in week 1 to Gateway, did Woodland Hills, then defeated Baldwin on the road. Consecutive losses in the final minute against Fox Chapel, and now they finally get things set. And then last week, a pretty good performance by Penn Trafford with a lot of big plays. They said Denard stepped out of bounds, so start this possession at the 9. First and goal from the 9. Denard dots the I. Wide receiver Taylor to the left. Denard will run, cuts it back, trying to make a move at the 5. He's inside the 5, and he's going to be stood up there. Give Denard 4, and it'll be second and goal from the Colts 5. Making the tackle for Chartiers Valley, Brett Hicks.
I'm sure there's a lot of folks at home right now that see all these plays and they're screaming, why you keep running up the middle? See, this is my style of football. There's infinite number of plays are running up the middle here. They pull to both backside, and you see the nice cutback lane. A couple nice moves, keeps the feet moving. That's just good football running right there.
2nd and goal from the 5 after the 4-yard pickup by Denard. He's in the backfield again. He'll take the handoff into the line of scrimmage. Bannis came crashing in from the left side to drop Rodney Denard right at the line of scrimmage. 3rd and goal now from the 5 for Woodland Hills.
Yeah, not much there. Pretty good penetration by the defensive line.
Yeah, got inside the block on the near side of Oliver.
Yeah, they're standing our guys up a little bit there. White jerseys maybe took a play off there. Didn't quite get down low and get any kind of push off that line.
Denard will stay in at the tailback position, actually change it up. Change of personnel. Woodland Hills brought in Meredith, who has a touchdown run, but Woodland Hills takes the timeout. We'll break as well. 6:38 to go, 3rd quarter. Woodland Hills 14 and Chartiers Valley nothing. You're tuned into the Woodland Hills Football Network, presented by State Senator Jay Costa.
State Senator Jay Costa is proud to represent Pennsylvania's 43rd District since 1996 and is happy to support the Woodland Hills football team. If you have an issue concerning state government, contact one of Senator Costa's 3 local offices. Senator Costa's offices offer a variety of services for constituents. You can reach Senator Costa's Forest Hills office at 412-241-6690 or log on to senatorcosta.com.
You're tuned in to Wolverine Football, presented by State Senator Jay Costa on the Woodland Hills Football Network.
After the Woodland Hills timeout, it'll be 3rd and goal from the 5. Rick telling me during the break he likes the timeout. Let's see what the Woodland Hills offensive staff comes up with on 3rd and goal. Meredith in the backfield looking near side. Slant to Taylor. He tried to make an inside move on Anthony Doyle, and as he reset, there was also coverage over there from Brett Hicks. The pass was incomplete.
Yeah, I think they were expecting to come out and see a little more isolated coverage out there on the far left.
Watching the replay, he just couldn't get to the inside.
He couldn't get there. I mean, he had inside leverage. It's one of those plays where it's really tough to teach a lot of audibles in high school, but that might have been a play that they could have had 2 plays called in the huddle. And if you don't see the slant there, you got to audible out.
Chucky Hanchett on. He's 1 for 2 in field goal attempts this year. This one a 22-yarder, well within his range out of the Whitehurst hold from the right hash. Snap is good. Hold is good. Kick is up. Kick is good. You'd like 6, but you'll take 3. Chucky Hanchett makes the lead. Woodland Hills 17 and Chartiers Valley nothing.
Yeah, you come away with 0 points there, and it's a little bit of a spark for a team that you potentially have, kind of in the deathbed. You want to drive that last nail in. You come away empty-handed there. It gives them a little bit of momentum. This is actually a really good job by Whitehurst there. That snap was actually to his right hip. Does an excellent job getting that ball set in time to get that kickoff.
Hanchett's second field goal only missed was that 43-yarder in the final play against Fox Chapel. So that's a weapon that the Woodland Hills Wolverines have. They lead this game 17-0, and you'll take that after forcing Chartiers Valley a 3-and-out. Roddy Nauder had a nice punt return of 30 yards to the 9, and the Wolverines, although they would have liked a touchdown, they get 3, and they lead this contest 17-0. There you see some fans here tonight on this unseasonably warm fall night at Chartiers Valley, the near side. They're the Chartiers Valley fans. Youth night here tonight in Bridgeville. The Colts honored their youth squads and the youth cheerleaders. 71 degrees our temperature right now.
So the temperature's dropping, that humidity's climbing as we get on through the night. As you can probably tell when we go back to the camera in the booth up here, I'm getting a little shinier and shinier as the evening goes on. But I haven't thanks. Haven't seen any cramping issues as of yet. And right on cue, they throw to my shiny bald head. So
no cramping issues in the booth or on the field?
Either yet. Either yet. You'll know if it's in the booth.
Kickoff for Hanchett. Will drive it deep. High and short. It bounces to the return man for the Chartiers Valley Colts coming to the near side, Thomas Heckroth. And Heckroth is angled out of bounds. Out of bounds near the 30, or they give him the 30-yard line. I think they will, and that's where the Colts will get their second possession of the third quarter.
Not a bad kick, not as deep as maybe you want it, but nice coverage here. You don't overcommit. You've got to force him to the sideline. You got help coming. Nice job again.
He got a nice spot. He was actually forced out of the 28. Yeah, the special teams have been solid. Whitehurst punting. Hanchett is good.
Yeah, all around, it's been really solid special team-wise for Woodland Hills tonight.
All season, I'm thinking of, too.
Well, there's been a couple mishaps, but nothing terrible.
1st and 10, Colts at their own 30. Shotgun formation, sidecar right for Reed Brueggemann. He'll hand it off to that sidecar. It's Connor Barrett, who breaks out of a shoestring tackle and gets 8 to the 38-yard line. Good job to be persistent by Connor Barrett, and that's the longest gain for scrimmage for Barrett in this contest.
Looks like Sidney Summers is a little slow getting up off the ball there. Really nice effort. When you think he's down, hops up, gets another couple steps, picks up about 4 yards on that second effort.
Yeah, Summers had his ankle, and Tavine Brooks had to make the tackle. 2nd and 2. Ball out to the 38 for the Colts, trailing 17-0. Brueggemann will hand it off to Scott. He looks to go left. Cuts over the 40. Sidney Summers brings him down at the 44. That's 6 more, though, and another first down for the Chartiers Valley Colts.
Yeah, that was a slow developing option play there. They kind of caught Woodland Hills. Woodland Hills looked like they were kind of slanting to the short side. Caught him in the slant. Opens up that outside for that handoff, and Summers makes a nice job coming back across the floor.
And the left tackle, Jaden Davis, did a good job because he sealed the edge, but not the conventional edge. He wasn't blocking down, but he tied up the defensive end enough for Barrett to get that. They fake the hand off to Barrett this time in the backfield. Brueggemann escapes 1, escapes 2, but then he can't escape Jeremy Turner, and Brueggemann is dropped for a yard loss back at the 44.
Yeah, again, nice penetration here.
Initial penetration for Eric Oliver.
Woodland Hills doing a really good job all night, gang tackling, everybody getting to the ball, and just so that we don't see that. You're going to see one missed tackle here and there, but if you got 3 guys coming to it right off top of it.
You talked about that in the open. I'm assuming that was preached during the week.
I would imagine it was.
Because they've done a much better job of tackling here tonight than they did last week against Penn Trafford. 2nd and 11. Brueggemann will hand it off. They kind of collided as the ball carrier was kind of tripped up, and Barrett was kind of stumbling forward. Give him 1 for Connor Barrett back to the 40. It's going to be 3rd and 10.
Turner here on an inside stunt.
Yeah,
just
not
picked up. Is that Brevard eating up the man up inside? Those are the things that the defensive linemen never get credit for. But when you say that linebacker coming free, it's because that D lineman is eating up his man.
I want to disagree because they'll get credit on Saturday morning, will they not?
They will.
They should.
Not nearly enough.
Because you're right. They take on the blockers, and they allow their teammates to make the tackle. 3rd and 10. Brueggemann fakes in the flat. He's going to throw it, float it up down the near sideline. Doyle went up, and he almost had it. It was pretty good coverage by Tavine Brooks, and then Brooks had it. Doyle almost took it away. Much similar to the interception he had earlier in the game, but Brooks gets credit for the pass defense.
Yeah, nice coverage here. Didn't buy the little pump fake. Stays with them. There's a little shucking and jiving here hand-wise, and does a nice job staying with it, off balance, knocks it out there right at the last minute because he almost came down with that catch.
6th punt of the game, unless they fake it for Armando Novelli. They do fake it. The pass is incomplete. Brueggemann was the short man, and he threw out to the near flat to Dom Vaccarella off his hands. Incomplete. They turned the ball over on downs. Down 17-0. Really not a bad call, I don't think.
No, that's an excellent call, and he's going to be seeing this.
Well, if he catches it, it's an easy first down.
He's got the first. He's going to see this in his sleep for the next 2 years. I mean, that's right in the hands.
2 years, huh? That's a haunting incompletion then. So the Wolverines get possession inside Chartiers Valley territory at the 45 of the Colts, leading 17-0. 3:52 to go, 3rd quarter. I backfield this time. I believe it's Meredith back in there. The up man will be the fullback, Christopher Jones. Meredith takes the handoff into the line of scrimmage. Bannis grabs hold of him. I believe Meredith will pick up 5 to the 40. That's his first carry since the 45-yard touchdown. And we get a whistle. Do we get a cramp for the first time? Unless this foul fell on the Chartiers Valley Colt defender.
It's a nice job here by the fullback, Christopher Jones. The right guard kind of shed maybe missed his block a little bit, went to the second level. The defensive lineman was wide open, and
sorry, it's just habit.
Jones,
you see 83 in the black and gold on the screen.
Yeah. Jones kind of came off of his pattern and picked up that little block, and I think it freed him up to make the cut.
I thought we might have had a cramp situation. I think that's Barrett who carried a lot on the last, but they're not looking. It looks like they're looking maybe at his upper body. He seems to be okay. They've helped him up. It isn't Connor Barrett, Zach Thomas, one of the linebackers. He's helped up into a sitting position. So maybe indeed the pile falls on you, you lose your breath. That's a scary. I'm sure that's happened to a lot of looks now. Looking, he's grabbing at his left shoulder.
All right, he's getting his boys fired up though.
So his teammates come and smack him in the left shoulder as he makes his way to the near sideline.
Oh yeah. Yeah, you're coming off the field with a concussion, all the coaches smack you in the head.
I'm sure he'll be back. 2nd and 5 after the pickup of 5 for Anthony Meredith. Meredith has 4 carries, 53 yards, and a touchdown in this game. He dots the I once again with Jones as the fullback. Whitehurst under center. We've seen a lot of I formation for the Wolverines tonight. It's been effective. Meredith takes the hand off the lays, cuts it back up the gut. He goes again. Breaks away from the pack. Inside the 20, inside the 10, into the end zone. 2nd touchdown run of the night for Anthony Meredith. This one from 40, and the Woodland Hills Wolverines lead 23-0.
I give my big boy, DeVega Bird, gets a +3 on this play. Watch this backside tackle, right tackle, pulls. Look how fast that big kid is. Gets in the hole.
Boom!
Watch him move, kids. Look at that.
He moved Howes and Banis.
Yeah.
Both.
That's an excellent job. That's textbook what you do when you're a backside pulling tackle. Just find the opposite jersey, start blasting away.
+3, huh? You're getting soft.
That was a touchdown.
Okay. Well, that's +6
and
then,
I
right?
got a soft spot for the big guy.
Flags fly as Hanchett is on to add the point after. Woodland Hills trying to make it 24-0. And I think the Colts have jumped into the neutral zone. No substitution against the Woodland Hills Wolverines, so that's going to move Hanchett back 5. So Meredith has scored from 45 on a run, now from 45 carries, and 94 yards for Anthony Meredith and 2 touchdowns. So he's looking to be the 3rd consecutive running back to go over 100 yards. Denard 2 weeks ago. Last week was Jaquan Smith right at 100. Meredith now at 94.
I don't know how common that is to see 3 different kids consecutively hit that 100-yard mark.
Hanchett's extra point is up, and it is good. With 3:22 to go in the 3rd quarter, Woodland Hills 24, Chartiers Valley nothing. We'll take a break. You're tuned in to the Woodland Hills Football Network. It's presented by State Senator Jay Costa.
The Triangle Bar and Grill in Swissvale is a proud sponsor of the Wolverines and has been serving the Woodland Hills community for nearly 70 years. The Triangle, located on Monongahela Avenue, is the home of the Battleship, the sandwich that made Swissvale famous. Plus, the Triangle has a full menu of specialty sandwiches you're gonna love. Call the Triangle at 412-271-9885 to place your order now.
You're tuned in to Wolverine Football, presented by State Senator Jay Costa on the Woodland Hills Football Network.
Oh, yeah.
Back at Chartiers Valley High School, 2nd touchdown run of the game for Anthony Meredith. There it is. Watch it again, and watch the pull by DeVega Bird. And he gets you got a piece of Howes and Banis. They were 2 pulling out, and look at that hole.
I love seeing the big dogs running upfield and just eating it up.
Good stiff arm, too, to get rid of Donofrio, and Meredith gets it into the end zone. So maybe number 5 is looking at number 9 and number 10 and thinking if you guys weren't here.
Yeah.
Right?
It's kind
in
of
the crowded backfield.
A little bit of a hate triangle.
Denard's a senior. Jaquan Smith also a senior. Anthony Meredith is a junior. Kickoff was fielded on the near side, and the Wolverines have good coverage on Heckroth. They bring him down right near the 20-yard line. Thomas Heckroth is brought down. Woodland Hills, by the way, has scored on 4 of their last 5 possessions. Zach Threets on the special teams tackle. 2 touchdowns. They punted to start this 3rd quarter, and then they've added a field goal and now a touchdown.
All right, so if you're Chartiers Valley here, you've got to get a nice drive together here. You've got to get 7 points on the board to even think about it, making this game competitive once we get into the 4th quarter. And obviously, if you're Woodland Hills,
You want to, business as usual here. Eat up that offensive line, get penetration, and try to stop them for nothing.
Brueggemann underneath center. Zane Snyder, the center for Chartiers Valley. A tight formation. They'll hand it off to the up man, and he'll get a yard. Connor Barrett into the line, and that's been the case a lot. The Woodland Hills front seven has been really good tonight.
And Sidney Summers again coming up, making a nice hit right at the point of attack. Every time you see a white jersey flying and big helmet coming in hitting, you can almost bet it's number 22.
Started the season strong, did Sidney Summers, the junior linebacker, the middle linebacker.
I think he had about 57 tackles in the first half of that first game.
Twins will go either way. Now the reset. Okoski was slot to the near side. He's going to go slot to the left. Brueggemann has a sidecar to his left, so one wide receiver to the near side. In the shotgun formation on 2nd and 9. He'll hand it off. Barrett drilled. Eric Oliver, the 6'3", 233-pound defensive end, pops the jersey after that tackle.
Yeah, Oliver's having, everybody on this defensive front's having a nice game. He's having a nice game on both sides of the ball here. Couldn't really see him, but he shed a block really nicely. Quick hands, swim technique, got outside him, finds his ball, makes the hit.
Drilled down John Allen for a loss of 2. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 plays tonight have been for negative yardage.
That's impressive.
Including 4 sacks. Yeah, you love those numbers if you're on the Woodland Hills sideline. 3rd down and 12. Brueggemann shotgun, low snap, looking near side. Down out, stop, wide open, catch made by Anthony Doyle. Doyle gets the first down. He's the leading receiver on the season for Chartiers Valley, and he just drove the defensive back out, off, turned around, the ball was there, and Doyle makes the catch. Doyle came in with 4 touchdown catches on the year, and he picks up a first down on 3rd and 12. He gets 13 to 14.
He maybe got away with a hold there. It looked like Best was getting held, trying to get penetration there, but nice play call again. They keep finding about that same soft spot in the zone, about 10, 15 yards downfield towards the sideline, and nice delivery there.
Trips to the opposite side, to the left for Reed Brueggemann. Sidecar that way as well. They've gone opposite of that. This time he rolls that way. He can run. He fires underneath. Man catches made on the run over there. Armando Novelli on the underneath route. Denard forces him out, but he picks up good yardage, about 9 on first down for the Colts.
Late flag there from the back judge. That's typically a dead ball foul, or like a personal foul type situation. Couldn't see what happened.
We're talking it over with John Carson, your referee. No foul on Denard after the catch of 9.
No, the flag's a little bit farther upfield. I'm not sure what happened. Legal block.
Offensive pass interference.
Oh, wow.
So maybe that's why Armando Novelli was wide open underneath. The pick play is caught by the back judge. So it's going to take away the 9-yard gain as our side judge, William H. Macy, comes in and looks things over.
His name's William H. Macy?
No, he looks like him.
Okay. I was going to be really impressed.
So you can't see it there because that's the end of the play with Novelli making the catch, but that's why he was able to get open, because there was a pick in the middle. So that's going to cost Chartiers Valley 15, their 3rd penalty of the night. And turns a 2nd and 1 into a 1st and 25. Ball's back at the 18. The line to gain is the 43.
So again, we're starting to look at negative yardage.
Remember, the Wolverines started -5 with no time off the clock.
Mm-hmm.
They've overcome that to lead 24-0. Brueggemann hands it off. Delay out of the backfield. It's Connor Barrett. Both hands on the football. Barrett comes forward to the 25-yard line. It's a pickup of 7. And it'll be 2nd down and 18 from there. Barrett in there because mentioned earlier that Steve Alzin, who's their top running back, had a non-contact injury in a passing drill in practice. Re-injured his left arm, a previous injury. That's an unfortunate break. Pun intended. Not for Steve Alzin, because he's pretty good on both sides of the ball, a good athlete. He was injured last year as well for Chartiers Valley, the senior running back. Clock ticks down to 24 seconds to go in this third quarter. Rolling to the near side. Bregame sets, fires too high through the hands of Novelli at the 37-yard line. Roddy Denard on the coverage along with Jeremy Turner. It's incomplete.
Yeah, nice job by all around on the defense here. A little bit of pressure. I mean, it's a design rollout, but they keep him from getting yardage. You know he wants to look upfield, maybe to run if it's there. Nice coverage downfield. Really know where to go with that ball. Makes the right throw. Throw it up high. You know, and just basically praying not for the interception to try and make the big play. That was almost one of those pass ball bingo situations we've seen a couple times when Woodland Hills takes it back. I give a lot of credit to Chartiers Valley here right now. They're still coming out firing. There's no give up in this team. They're not going to go away very easily.
Shotgun for Bregame, trips right, sidecar right, he rolls right, back, throwback screen, it's Connor Barrett. Good read, though, by Brevard, but he gets around the tackle, but it's slowed up enough, and coming over to make the tackle. What kind of plus did you give Tyrell Bartlett to get downfield on that screen pass?
That's at least a +1 there, just to get downfield. Let's see what he does here from the get-go. Yeah, I mean, he's almost at the quarterback. Reads it. I'll tell you, that big boy can run.
So they pick up 6 on the final play of the third quarter. After 3 from Chartiers Valley High School. Woodland Hills 24, Chartiers Valley nothing. You are tuned in to the Woodland Hills Football Network. It's presented by State Senator Jay Costa.
Life has its ups and downs. There are times when you or a loved one needs help. That's why you should know the name LGAR, Health and Rehabilitation Center. Located just minutes from the Monroeville Mall, the LGAR Health and Rehabilitation Center has been known by locals for many years, and they excel in reputation, rehabilitation, recuperation, and residential living. The help and answers you need are just a phone call away at 412-825-9000. Also on the web at lgar.org. LGAR Health and Rehabilitation Center, a name you should know and a name you can trust.
Serving the Turtle Creek Valley and surrounding areas for over 111 years, Patrick T. Lanigan Funeral Home is pleased to announce the opening of their new crematory at their Turtle Creek location. Families choosing cremation can have added peace of mind, knowing that their loved one never leaves the care of Patrick T. Lanigan Funeral Home, and that our crematory is used exclusively for the families we serve.
You're tuned in to Wolverine Football, presented by State Senator Jay Costa on the Woodland Hills Football Network.
Fourth quarter starts with a punt from Armando Novelli. Roddy Denard saw that the up man, Connor Barrett, on the fly didn't see that the ball bounced past him, so he tried to make something happen, did Roddy Denard, and he got to the 30-yard line, and we do have a flag at the far side 32, and that's probably an illegal block against Woodland Hills. And another personal foul. And that's going to cost Woodland Hills 15 yards, so they'll start inside their own 20.
There's been a couple procedural penalties and one or two of these ticky-tack personal fouls so far tonight that, I mean, yeah, you're up 24-0, but these are the things that when you're in a tight game, those are the kind of things that really, really can cost you a game. And as you see, head coach Tim Bostard there, he's making note of all of these, and he's going to see them in film, and they're going to be addressed.
So the Denard was down at the 30, so they'll start at the 15. They've had some big plays, 45 and 40-yard touchdown runs from Anthony Meredith, 49-yard touchdown reception. Nazir Taylor from Michael Whitehurst, 22-yard Hanchett field goal, 4 sacks, 2 interceptions on the defensive side for the Wolverines tonight. Start this drive at their own 15. Play action down the middle. Taylor has inside position, makes the catch at midfield. Well done as Taylor got inside of Anthony Doyle. Play action froze the defensive backs, and Nazir Taylor makes his 3rd catch of the evening.
Nice job here. Good protection off the offensive line. Michael has all day to throw the ball. Gets a pretty good arm on it. Pretty good ball there. Gets it right where he needed to get it. Only Nazir can get to it. Excellent individual effort by Nazir there to come down with that ball, too.
Taylor now 3 catches for 102 yards and a touchdown, and Michael Whitehurst is over 100 yards, 4 of 6 for 107. First down inside Chartiers Valley territory. Denard comes right, cuts it back inside, and is dropped down trying to strip the ball away. It was Vaccarello at the end of the play, but Denard is able to pick up 7 to the 41.
And now we're just going to see them wind the clock. Keep, pounding the ball. If you can pick up 5-6 yards every play, it's a bonus.
Thomas is back in after he dinged up his shoulder a little bit ago. Back in for Chartiers Valley. Good read as well by John Allen to get to the ball. Second down and 3. They'll hand it off to, they hand it off to the up man. He's breaking tackles. It's Christopher Jones. First down and more. He barrels inside the 30, inside the 25. Dropped by Connor Barrett at the 22-yard line. First carry of the night and a first down for Christopher Jones.
Yeah, I mean, if you're scouting Woodland Hills, who do you prepare for? They just every kid they roll out there and dot the I can break tackles. Looks like they can all run a 4.5, 4.4. And
well, that's the thing. You focus on the man dotting the I, but you hand it off to the up man.
Yep.
Before you know it, Jones is busting tackles and rumbling. Whitehurst fumbles, but he's able to get forward and get that football. It falls on it right at the line of scrimmage, the 22-yard line. That takes me back to Fox Chapel. That fumble snap was the big play of that game, and that loss to the Foxes.
Yeah, that fumble snap, that was a costly error. This one looked like a quick snap by the center, because if you see it, the fullback wasn't even down in his stance yet. Michael, I don't think, was even completely under center.
Fortunately, he falls on it. No gain. 2nd and 10. Clock winds to 9:45 to go fourth quarter. 24-0 lead for the Woodland Hills Wolverines. 14 in the second quarter, 10 in the third. There's Denard right side. Breaking tackles inside the 15. Still on his feet, and he gets inside the 10. Finally dragged down near the 5-yard line. First and goal for the Wolverines at the Chartiers Valley 4-yard line.
We talked about the defense getting through there. Defensive line, once they get in there, get their lunch. Watch my man Bird here, pulling from the right side. This is what we call getting breakfast. That's a pancake.
That's a double team. I feel bad for that. Chartiers Valley
that is a
Colt
lot
player.
of double team.
You got Jawan Howes at 284 and DeVega Bird at 322. So that's 600 pounds of human pulling. I'll take those odds. Denard got to the 4 after picking up 18. Denard gets it back, trying to come near side, fumbles the football, reaches back, but he can't get it. No, he did get it back. Flag is down. I thought that the man who came in at the end of the play for the Colts got it, but good job, good strong left hand by Rodney Denard to pull that back underneath his body. He's shaken up.
Yeah, I couldn't see what happened there. There were bodies flying in there late.
It's either his right
hip
or his right
kidney area. I mean, he may have just caught a helmet.
Personal foul, face mask against the Colts.
That negates the fumble.
Yeah, that'll be half the distance. That'll put the ball at the 2. Maybe they fell on Denard after he reached back and picked up the fumble.
Like somebody just got a good helmet or a hand right on the ball. There's the shoulder pad on the ball.
Yeah, that's Connor Barrett.
Yep, and then the face mask as he's coming down.
Gets to say, I thought this man who came in late for the Colts, Donofrio, came away with that ball, but a good job by Denard. Would have mattered anyway because of the face mask. Denard is still being looked at.
Yeah, just from that replay, nobody came in and hit him, which is actually a little bit more scary. I think it's about the way he went down and the way he was holding that right hip, as you saw. It kind of reminds you of the Bo Jackson injury. Just it looked kind of like an innocent play, but his hip kind of maybe went in a little bit funny, and definitely want to see that young man get up and walk it off.
Hopefully just a hip pointer type situation for Rodney Denard, who carried on the last play for 18 yards before this play negated the half the distance penalty. Will take the ball to the 2-yard line with Rick McIntyre and Bob Workwis. Thanks for tuning in to the Woodland Hills Football Network. Also, if you're listening on the MSA Sports Network powered by TribLive.com, we appreciate that as well. It's 24 to nothing Woodland Hills. Looking ahead there a little bit I am, but the Wolverines will take those odds. And Denard is still being looked at down at the 4-yard line. Maybe we'll take a break after this replay. Yeah, see again what happened at the end of this play.
The right leg of his, when he finally goes down, he kind of gets twisted. See it?
Yeah, maybe
that's the only thing I can see.
His knee might have got twisted a little bit too. They were looking at his hip and
Yep.
did a good job considering that he's in some pain there. He does have a wrap on his right ankle. He is putting pressure on it. That's a good thing. So he was obviously under some pain, but he had sense enough to reach back and pull in that fumble.
Yeah.
That's a good sign. Not that he's limping, but that he's putting pressure on it.
Yeah, I think that's just kind of he twisted the hip a little bit, like you said, kind of a hip pointer situation. And I think it's safe to go ahead and put that horse in the stable for the night, let him ice down, and get him ready for next week, hopefully.
Well, number 5 has a pair of 6s. Do you put him in for the hat trick?
I think at this point, pretty much anybody they're plugging in there seems to be having pretty good success. I can't see who they got in.
Christopher Jones is in as the fullback. They put in, to dot the I, William Clark, the sophomore. He saw some carries earlier in the year against Baldwin. First and goal from the 2 for the Wolverines. Let's see if Clark gets the carry. He does. Jukes tries the cut, can't do it. Good job again. Bannis has been really good at just collapsing down along that line from his defensive end position, and he drops Clark down. I think that's a loss of 2 back to the 4.
Lost the helmet on that play as well.
Here comes Meredith in. Watch Bannis. He just crashes down from his defensive end position at the top of the screen.
He got there faster than the pulling guard from the right side there, DeJuan Hayes. He just couldn't quite get there in time to chip him.
So that takes the ball back to the 4. And Meredith is in. Second and goal from the 4. Fake the handoff, play action. Whitehurst to throw. Whitehurst to the near side. Touchdown. Hauled in by Jaden Lucas. And the Wolverines lead 30-0.
Again, after the couple tough games that Whitehurst has had coming in here to substitute as quarterback, it's really nice to see him come out here and have a solid game all the way around. Again, it's that nice waggle play. You get the guard pulling, nice protection. Got all day.
Here's the key to that. We're talking about Smith, who hasn't really needed to be on his game tonight. Denard, Meredith says a great game. Taylor, or Christopher Jones, play action.
Yeah.
When you're running it well, it doesn't matter. And that
Exactly.
just made that touchdown easy.
Yeah.
Speaking of easy, Hanchett adds the extra point. Woodland Hills 31, Chartiers Valley nothing. We'll take a break at 11 to go, fourth quarter. You're tuned in to the Woodland Hills Football Network. It's presented by State Senator Jay Costa.
LG3 Entertainment is a first-class disc jockey and karaoke entertainment company that serves the Pittsburgh and surrounding areas. They offer a wide range of music entertainment for weddings, anniversaries, school dances, corporate events, and more. They also offer beautiful chair cover linen rentals to give your event the elegance it deserves. They offer many more services, so go to their website today and see why so many choose LG3 Entertainment for the best in family fun entertainment.
You're tuned in to Wolverine Football, presented by State Senator Jay Costa on the Woodland Hills Football Network.
So Jaden Lucas, the junior wide receiver, has his first touchdown catch of the year. 2 touchdown passes tonight from Michael Whitehurst. 31-0 lead next week here in the Woodland Hills Football Network. Woodland Hills on the road to take on the Hampton Talbots. Hampton, by the way, non-conference tonight against Gateway. We saw how that worked out earlier in the year for Woodland Hills.
Gateway, they've got a pretty strong team.
They are number 2 as far as the MSA Trib Live High School Sports Network, top 10 in 5A. High kick to the far side, over to get it is Heckroth, I believe. That is 9. Coming back to the near side, trying to get to the near side. It won't do it. Great pursuit, thrown down. Good tackle by Jeffrey Williams.
That's a penalty tackle. That's a horse collar.
Yep, you're right.
A good effort, but yeah, a little bit of extra oomph at the end there, I think, gets the flag. I mean, if you get the kid by the back of the jersey and you bring him down, it's one thing, but he kind of gives him the little whirl around WWE body slam.
Horse collar tackle. The only fortunate thing for Woodland Hills is it took place at the 15.
Yeah.
So the field position at the 30 is not bad, but not great.
Again, these
good
are
play by Williams, too. If he makes the tackle without the horse collar, it's a really nice special teams.
Exactly.
Play. Yeah, he's up on the shoulder pad right there. And there's the 2-point takedown at the end.
Yeah, it's hard to really take points away from that kid on that tackle. I mean, he's making the effort, just caught him in a bad spot.
High backs behind Brueggemann, second man through. Connor Barrett breaks off of right tackle, still moving the pile. He gets out near the 39. That's a good pickup of 9 for Connor Barrett. Nice surge.
Yeah, nice pickup there by the fullback. Just kicks, who was that? Just kicks Brevard inside, knocks him off bounds a little bit, and opens up that hole. Gets him to the second level, and he fights for the extra yardage.
8 carries, 41 yards. Connor Barrett, the leading rusher for Chartiers Valley in this contest. 2nd and 1, Brueggemann under center. Split backs. They fake the run blitz. Hands it off. Barrett spins but can't get back to the line of scrimmage. The man who's down there, Marcus Taylor, made the tackle, the spin tackle on that. He's going to get back up. Thought that might have been a cramp situation. We haven't had a lot on the field, which is surprising.
Yeah, as warm as it was all day, and for pregame it was over 80 degrees. I was down on the field. It was, when the sun was out, it was warm today, and the humidity keeps going up.
They go quick count, and the flag goes down with Brueggemann on 3rd and less than a yard. Where the Colts set, or is that a procedural call against Chartiers Valley? It is going to cost the Colts 5 yards. So 3rd and a half a yard comes 3rd and just a little over 5. Colts cheerleaders on the near sideline.
I don't know if you could hear, but the Chartiers coach is right behind us. I don't know if you felt the booth kind of shake there, but you hear some foot stomping. Not real happy with that penalty.
Because you're trying to catch the defense off guard, but you got to be aware. Your teammates need to be aware that you're doing it. And that costs Chartiers Valley. Turns a 3rd and short.
Yeah, because if you watch what Woodland Hills has been doing on defense, they're shifting the line, they're bringing Brevard up, they're dropping him off. And if they get the quicker snap, keeps Woodland Hills from doing that.
Brueggemann rolls under pressure, gets away from it, he's going to get the first down. He faked the slide. That's a pretty savvy move, and he picks up 9 to the 44, finally brought down there by Eric Oliver.
Yeah, Brueggemann does a nice job here. I think he was getting away from Sidney Summers there, right when he drops. Summers is right on top of him. Where is he at? There he is.
Yeah, he stepped up.
Nice job.
Watch the fake slide.
Outruns Oliver. Yep, nice little hip dip.
Fakes Meredith out. Picks up an additional 4 yards.
I like this number 7. He's my kind of football player.
He's an all-conference baseball player here, too. So maybe surprising he didn't slide. 1st and 10. He drops back. Finally has time. Flips it out. Oh, Barrett was wide open. It's just too tall. Barrett says reach back, but he says, pats the chest, says my bad to his quarterback.
That's a nice break for Woodland Hills. Way too much time for Brevard. He's
way too much cushion.
Yeah,
on the
way
coverage.
too much time.
Yeah, look at Brueggemann. That's
He's
the
got
first
all
time
day
he
to
really
make
had. Rick, first time he had time to really set back and throw.
Absolutely, and he saw the open man. He had a couple options there. There were a couple guys open.
We 2nd and 10 for the Colts at their own 44. They trail 31-0. Of a high backfield situation with twins to the left. Brueggemann is under center. He'll hand it off. That is Barrett. Stuffed up. That's good penetration. Thomas Sheard, the sophomore at 6'3", 243, stuffed it up. Barrett gets 1 to the 45. Sheard's been a nice insertion, I think. He's made a couple good plays. Look at him just bottle it up.
Yeah,
there's nowhere to go.
Yeah, that's a big sophomore. It's a nice weapon to be able to plug in there to get some of your older big dogs a bit of a break, and then to be able to come in and again clog the hole and do what he's doing and be that physical at that young of an age. That's pretty impressive.
That's the defensive line has been solid for Woodland Hills tonight. They've been really good. 3rd and 9. Brueggemann in the shotgun with a sidecar to his ready, directs traffic. 1 second, he gets the snap off. Trips near side, pressure. Brueggemann steps up, he's going to be sacked. 5th sack of the game. This time he's down in the arms of Torin Best. Teron Best gets the sack. 5 of those. More splash plays. Splash plays tonight for Woodland Hills.
Yeah, that was a bit of a jailbreak blitz here. They send everybody. And you see Sidney Summers coming up. This poor tailback has been making these blocks all day on Summers. He's going to have a headache tomorrow. Summers has been putting a pounding on him.
He did a good job. That block made by Hicks. He got Summers past Brueggemann, but the second wave and Best drops him. 4th down and trailing 31-0, 4th and 17. They're going to bring out the punt formation. Armando Novelli will kick it away from the Zier Taylor on the far side. He looks to watch it roll, and he lets it roll. Inside the 15, stops at the 14 for Woodland Hills at their own 14. Last time they did this, they had a big pass play to get them out of harm's way. We'll take a break, 4:31 to go in the fourth quarter. Woodland Hills 31, Chartiers Valley nothing. You're tuned in to the Woodland Hills Football Network, presented by State Senator Jay Costa.
Whether you need a new website or want to improve your existing site, Web Landings can serve your needs. Web Landings provides professional, easy-to-maintain websites for businesses, organizations, and individuals. Discover more at weblandings.com and find out how editing your site can be as easy as using a word processor. Plus, we offer 1 year of free hosting for any website developed. Visit weblandings.com today.
You're tuned in to Wolverine Football, presented by State Senator Jay Costa on the Woodland Hills Football Network.
Flag goes down. It's going to be most likely a hold, but William Clark, who had his helmet knocked off in his last carry, comes around the right end and gets all the way out to midfield. And that's a pickup of 36 yards, but the flag is down at the 38. So from the spot foul, it'd still be a first down for Woodland Hills. Take it back to the 28, so give Clark a pickup of 14 and a first down. Had to be on the inside right there.
Yep, couldn't quite see it. Pretty nice run.
First and 10 from the 28 after the chains are set on the far side. Clark is dotting the I. Marcus Taylor, the fullback. Whitehurst in a quarterback. Michael Whitehurst, 2 touchdown passes tonight. Clark, another carry up the middle. Swarmed under. Bannis, again, he's been noticeable defensively. The 6'1", 222-pound sophomore defensive end for Chartiers Valley. Drops Clark for a loss of 2.
Yeah, not much of a push off the offensive line there. Lets the penetration get in, and there was just absolutely nowhere to go with that ball. But we're running the clock.
Push was from the gray shirts of Chartiers Valley, which look almost black now because of the sweat, because of the effort by the Colts. Whitehurst is looking over, most likely going to tick the play clock down. Has a word with his center, Andrew Alexander.
Seen a couple different numbers out there on the offensive line. That right tackle looks a little bit smaller than Bird right now.
High backfield, second man through. It's Clark trying to cut to the left end and cuts it back inside, and a good decision there. He is able to square up. He goes forward for a pickup of 4 to the 30-yard line. William Clark in there with a 31-0 lead. Clark is a sophomore at 5'8", 171.
Yeah, they got the sophomore Thomas Sheard in there at right tackle, 6'3", 243.
It'll be 3rd and 8. Clock is winding down. 2:45. It turns here in the fourth quarter. Woodland Hills on their way to breaking a 2-game losing streak, and more importantly, to go and improve the 2-1 in the Allegheny 9 Conference. Another run by Clark, another time trying the left side, still on his feet. Yeah, actually, you never really see that. I thought it was his glove that came off, but it was a glove from the Chartiers Valley tackler. Clark is actually going to pick up a short yard gain of maybe 2.
So it's a hard-fought couple yards there. Not much of a hole there. Gets penetration, just gets his nose in there, keeps the feet moving a little bit, get what he can.
4th down in a punt situation. The clock will wind. Under 2 minutes for the Wolverines. That's a substitution. 3 players get out of the huddle. You need some of those guys to come back. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. No. So you can't have 12 men, you had 14 men in the huddle. Or 15 almost.
Yeah, I think we're kind of swapping out, getting some of the pups in for some action here late in the game, and sometimes it's hard to keep focus and make sure you got the right package out there.
And that happens when you bring in your second and third stringers, and it happens even more specifically on special teams. Low snap. Whitehurst is going to pick it up and run. Far sideline, he gets the angle, and he gets the first down.
Saying it all night. Whitehurst is having an excellent night tonight. Really happy to see him playing as well as he is.
Picks up 11.
He's got great composure back here just to get the ball.
He's a baseball player, too. Go watch it here.
Yep, that's a tough ground ball. It's a short hopper.
Saw the room, saw the angle. Bannis was chasing him.
Knows where he has to get.
Good job by Clark. He got the head in front of Bannis.
Yeah, just barely.
So Whitehurst picks up the first down, which may give Woodland Hills a chance. They're going to have to take a timeout, but may give the Wolverines a chance to wind this one out. Leading here on the road against Chartiers Valley by a score of 31-0.
Yeah, I don't see Chartiers really making an effort to stop the clock here.
May need a first down to really salt it away if you're the Wolverines. Whitehurst, by the way, 5 of 8 throwing the football for 111 yards and a pair of touchdowns. 2 carries for 11 yards, including that last little jaunt out of the punt formation. Elsewhere tonight in this conference, Baldwin at West Allegheny, Moon at North Hills, and Upper St. Clair at Fox Chapel, your conference games, in addition to the Colts and the Wolverines and the Allegheny 9. Mentioned earlier that Hampton, next week's opponent for Woodland Hills, is non-conference tonight at Gateway.
An Upper St. Clair Fox Chapel game ought to be a good one.
Hand off to Clark. He may get a yard, and he's rolled backwards. William Clark will give him 1. He was rolled backwards by Hunter Curran, who's a pretty big and good lineman for Chartiers Valley. Hunter Curran, you see there, number 79 on your screen. If you're listening, he's 5'11" at 269.
That's massive for that height. You see, he just stood up there, one arm out, fended off 2 blocks.
But the interior line, the offensive line, has done a good job of limiting him.
Yeah, they really have.
It's really been Bannis who's been most noticeable for the Colts. Whitehurst will look at the play clock and wind it down inside of 5 seconds. It's a 10. The game clock is at 1:10 and turning. Wolverines leading 31-0. Handed off, Clark gets the edge, and he has room inside the Colts territory, down the far sideline. See you later. He spins into the end zone. He broke a tackle at the 5 and backs his way into the end zone. Clark goes 60 yards for a touchdown to seal it in a big way for the Wolverines.
Really nice effort there by Troy Donofrio, coming from the backside and almost makes that tackle down the 5-yard line.
No quit for Donofrio.
What's that?
No quit in him. He could have just let Clark go.
You can see him. Look,
untouched.
There he is right there, 24. He's reading it, and he gives everything he got here.
Clark just racing down the far sideline. Also, Anthony Doyle, he cuts inside of Doyle, and then Donofrio knocked him actually in the back, and he spun his way into the end zone. It's not going to count, though, as we get a penalty against Woodland Hills. So scratch it all off. Looks good on film.
I was too busy looking at the replay. I didn't see the flag.
Neither did I. So Clark's 60-yard run is all for naught. The plus side is it ticked off some more seconds off the clock, so Woodland Hills with a 2nd and 15 might be able to snap it twice, and Whitehurst is out there to take a knee in the victory formation. Goes back and does take the knee. A 3rd down, now they will be able to salt it away. Clark's going to be happy with that nonetheless.
Absolutely, and like you said, it looks good on film, and that's something whenever, going into next year, his senior year, he's a sophomore?
He is.
He's a sophomore. Wow, that's really nice to have on your resume for your college films, in a couple years.
Another kneel down, and that'll do it. As the clock is under 25 seconds, we're down to 20 seconds, and Woodland Hills scoreless first quarter here tonight. The Wolverines with 14 in the second quarter, 10 in the third, and then a touchdown catch by Jaden Lucas in the fourth quarter. They win here on the road tonight against Chartiers Valley by a score of 31-0. Rick and I will be back to put a nice bow on this and wrap it up in our post-game show right after this. Your final score, Woodland Hills 31, Chartiers Valley 0. You're tuned in to the Woodland Hills Football Network, presented by State Senator Jay Costa.
State Senator Jay Costa is proud to represent Pennsylvania's 43rd District since 1996 and is happy to support the Woodland Hills football team. If you have an issue concerning state government, contact one of Senator Costa's 3 local offices. Senator Costa's offices offer a variety of services for constituents. You can reach Senator Costa's Forest Hills office at 412-241-6690 or log on to senatorcosta.com.
You're tuned in to Wolverine football, presented by State Senator Jay Costa on the Woodland Hills Football Network.
Welcome back to Chartiers Valley High School in Bridgeville with Rick McIntyre and Bob Orquist. Glad you're tuned in on the MSA Sports Network, powered by TribLive.com as well. A pretty impressive performance tonight for the Woodland Hills Wolverines. A bunch of splash plays, which have been missing on both sides of the football for Woodland Hills. And they're 2-0 on the road, Rick, with 2 conference victories over Baldwin and now Chartiers Valley. And more importantly, 2-1 in the conference after the win here this evening.
Yeah, anytime you win a section or conference game, it's a big plus for you, especially coming off a couple. The Fox Chapel game was a tough loss. The Penn Trafford and the Gateway games, they kind of hurt a little bit more because the scores were a little more out of control. But those games essentially don't matter when it comes down to it at the end of the day.
For the Wolverines, Anthony Meredith, a couple of touchdown runs of 45 yards and 40 yards. And Nazir Taylor got a 49-yard touchdown pass from Michael Whitehurst. A play after Taylor intercepted his second of 2 interceptions on the evening. Chucky Hanchett, kicked a 22-yard field goal. Jaden Lucas rounded out the scoring. He got a 4-yard touchdown pass from Michael Whitehurst in the fourth quarter to make the score 31-0. A touchdown run by William Clark was negated by a penalty. But defensively, even though they were on the field a lot, the defense did the job. They held the Colts to 43 yards rushing and 125 total yards. 5 sacks tonight, too, for that defense.
Yeah, 5 sacks, holding them to 43 yards rushing, 2 interceptions, and countless rushes. Not just the sacks, but they rushed that quarterback nearly every time he was trying to throw the ball. So, yeah, again, the defense gets the game ball for me tonight.
Big 5 sacks, as we mentioned, a lot of negative plays. Splash plays are a key. 5 sacks, 2 interceptions. You had 3 touchdowns of 40-plus yards for the Woodland Hills Wolverines, much more what they envisioned coming into the year. And they're victorious here against Chartiers Valley for Dan Knaus. Dan Knaus for the Colts in his first year as the head coach at Chartiers Valley. 0-5, the Wolverines improved to 2-3. And again, they break the losing streak, and the important thing is they're victorious on the road. And that's a good thing confidence-wise because they're on the road again in the conference next week at Hampton. So you'd love to be 3-0 if you're the Wolverines to offset the 0-3 at the Wolverina.
Yeah, and they're 2-0 on the road with me and you up in the booth. So
maybe there's something to it. You and I will be in the booth next week. We'll see if that theory holds true.
There you
go. But the Wolverines did it. Anthony Meredith, 5 carries, 94 yards, and 2 touchdowns here this evening to lead the rushing attack. And we'll have to check on the status of Rodney Denard. He was injured, looked like a right hip injury late in the game before the Lucas touchdown catch in the end zone. So Denard had an 18-yard run to his credit. Jaquan Smith, not much needed here this evening for the Woodland Hills Wolverines. But again, the running back by committee did the job, and the Wolverines victorious here tonight by a score of 31-0. Second straight full game for Michael Whitehurst, and he looked pretty comfortable. 111 yards throwing the football, Rick, and 2 touchdowns.
Yeah, you only see 8 attempts, but again, we didn't have all that many snaps on offense tonight. They were fairly efficient in putting 31 points up on the board. But the snaps that he did take, and when he did get the chances to pass, again, there was that 1 interception, but we said it countless times. It was a decent ball. It was a remarkable individual effort on the defensive back to come down with that interception. I thought all in all, Whitehurst, his punting game, all night long was pretty solid. Obviously, the big pickup for the first down there at the end of the game, that was a pretty nice heady move. Kept his composure. So I said it a few times, and I'm happy to see Michael bounce back and have a really nice game.
We'll be back with some more numbers right after this. Your final from Chartiers Valley, Woodland Hills 31. The Chartiers Valley Colts nothing. You're tuned in to the Woodland Hills Football Network, presented by State Senator Jay Costa.
State Senator Jay Costa is proud to represent Pennsylvania's 43rd District since 1996 and is happy to support the Woodland Hills football team. If you have an issue concerning state government, contact one of Senator Costa's 3 local offices. Senator Costa's offices offer a variety of services for constituents. You can reach Senator Costa's Forest Hills office at 412-241-6690 or log on to senatorcosta.com. The Triangle Bar and Grill in Swissvale is a proud sponsor of the Wolverines and has been serving the Woodland Hills community for nearly 70 years. The Triangle, located on Monongahela Avenue, is the home of the Battleship, the sandwich that made Swissvale famous. Plus, the Triangle has a full menu of specialty sandwiches you're gonna love. Call the Triangle at 412-271-9885 to place your order now.
Life has its ups and downs. There are times when you or a loved one needs help. That's why you should know the name LGAR, Health and Rehabilitation Center. Located just minutes from the Monroeville Mall, the LGAR Health and Rehabilitation Center has been known by locals for many years, and they excel in reputation, rehabilitation, recuperation, and residential living. The help and answers you need are just a phone call away at 412-825-9000. Also on the web at lgar.org. LGAR Health and Rehabilitation Center, a name you should know and a name you can trust.
You're tuned in to Wolverine Football, presented by State Senator Jay Costa on the Woodland Hills Football Network.
Back at Chartiers Valley with Rick McIntyre, Bob Workwitz. There you see some of the fine folks bringing you this broadcast on the Woodland Hills Football Network. I want to give a shout out, and we're going to give some awards away after our final break, but your guy, big number 56, DeVega Berg, at 6'1" and 322. DeVega Berg, looked much more comfortable, I thought, tonight. His second game back, Rick, from a meniscus injury. Maybe he's solidified those interior lines for the Wolverines.
Yeah, we talked about him a lot last week, with his first game back after the injury. And I think we called it a bunch of times last week. We thought he was coming off sides. And I talked to a couple coaches about it, and it turns out when they looked at it on the film, he was just that much faster than the rest of the line coming off the ball with every snap, that he was actually on sides. He's just that fast coming off the ball. So to be that big, coming off a knee injury, and getting off the ball that fast, and again, a couple highlights that we saw tonight, the replays, watching him pulling from that backside, going up and just laying waste to anybody that got in his way. A couple pancake blocks, a couple nice big blocks pulling.
Nazir Taylor, 2 interceptions offensively, still doing it as well. 3 catches, 102 yards, and another touchdown. So big plays all around, and I'm sure the Wolverines coaching stuff, you don't always need splash plays, but they sure are nice when you get them.
They are, and those are the plays that the coaches are going to see on film, and they're going to they'll acknowledge, but they're not paying attention to. Some of the procedural penalties, some of the little ticky-tack fouls, not having enough guys on the field, having too many guys on the field. Those are the things that they're going to be looking at on film, and they got to correct before they come up against Hampton next week.
We'll take our final break, and then Rick and I will be back. 2 final pieces of business. We will choose the Patrick T. Lanigan Funeral Home Play of the Game, and also we'll bring you the State Senator Jay Costa Player of the Game. You're tuned in to the Woodland Hills Football Network, the MSA Sports Network, powered by TribLive.com. It's all presented by State Senator Jay Costa.
Patrick T. Lanigan Funeral Home, with locations in East Pittsburgh and Turtle Creek, is a member of the Hall of Excellence of the National Funeral Directors Association. This reflects the same pursuit of excellence by our Woodland Hills football team, cheerleaders, marching band, students, staff, and faculty. For over 110 years, Patrick T. Lanigan Funeral Home has been honored to serve local families and to be a proud partner of the Woodland Hills communities. Bush Brothers Car Care Center in Swissvale has been a Monongahela Avenue institution for nearly 30 years. Bush Brothers is a full-service mechanic and tire shop for all types of vehicles. Whether you need mechanical work, alignment, state inspection, emissions testing, new tires, or just an oil change, Bush Brothers is the place for you. Bush Brothers Car Care Center, Monongahela Avenue in Swissvale, or give Martin and Jason a call at 412-351-5342. There are few things that guys like more than a great haircut at a real barbershop. And at the Barber's Inn on Washington Avenue in Swissvale, you'll find both. Plus, you can relax in style on supple leather sofas while watching their big screen HD TV. You can even shoot some pool while you wait. But most importantly, you'll walk out the door with a haircut or shave you're sure to love. Walk-ins are always welcome at the Barber's Inn in Swissvale. For more information, call 412-271-7434. And remember, real men come to the Barber's Inn. Today's broadcast of Woodland Hills football is brought to you by the Turtle Creek Valley Rotary Club. Since 1905, Rotary clubs across the globe have brought business and professional leaders together to provide humanitarian services, encourage high ethical standards in all vocations, and to advance goodwill and peace around the world. The Turtle Creek Valley Rotary Club meets every Friday at noon at Shelley Pie. Rotary, service above self.
You're tuned in to Wolverine football, presented by State Senator Jay Costa on the Woodland Hills Football Network.
Back one final time at Chartiers Valley High School with Rick McIntyre. I am Bob Workwist. Our post-game awards about to be handed out. Our Patrick T. Lanigan Funeral Home Play of the Game. Interesting because it was back-to-back plays by big play number one, Nazir Taylor for the Wolverines, Rick.
Yeah, it was actually, we had a discussion. It was kind of tough to actually make the player of the game after these two back-to-back plays by Taylor. Yeah, it comes up with a big interception, and then as we talked about...
Which is not our play of the game.
No, not the play of the game, but the following play, the Woodland Hills saw the one-on-one set up on the outside on the left with Taylor. Nice ball by Whitehurst, with the one-on-one coverage, grabs it, gets it downfield, nice touchdown. And really kind of the backbreaker of the game at that point.
Yeah, that made it 14-0. That was the second touchdown in 3 minutes and 9 seconds for Woodland Hills. The 49-yard touchdown reception by Nazir Taylor from Michael Whitehurst. Our Patrick T. Lanigan Funeral Home Play of the Game. Our State Senator Jay Costa Player of the Game goes to number 5 with a pair of touchdowns. And 94 yards on the ground, Anthony Meredith.
Yeah, I was hoping he was going to hit that triple digits.
Me too.
But came up a little short, but they could have given it to him if they'd have kept him in the game. But, it's the right thing to do. Game's out of hand a little bit. You put the pups in. But, yeah, he had a heck of a game, and I think he's going to turn around hopefully in that locker room and shake the hand of all the big guys up front. Anytime you get a running back with 2 touchdowns, even getting close to 100 yards, against a solid defensive line here for Chartiers Valley, that offensive line did a great job blocking, and he did a really good job reading, finding the holes, and keeping his feet moving.
Meredith opened the scoring late in the second quarter for Woodland Hills on a 45-yard touchdown run, and then had a 40-yard touchdown run late in the third quarter to put Woodland Hills up 24-0. Congratulations to Anthony Meredith, our State Senator Jay Costa Player of the Game. Next week for Chartiers Valley, they are on the road at Upper St. Clair. The Colts dropped to 0-5 overall in the season. They are now 0-3 in the Allegheny 9 Conference. For Woodland Hills, they improved to 2-3. 2-1 in the Allegheny 9 Conference. It's important. Hampton non-conference tonight. Next week, the opponent for Woodland Hills, Hampton, they're 2-1 as well. So that becomes a pretty important game with the top 4 teams in this conference, Rick, making the playoffs.
Yeah, that occurred to me earlier when we saw the breakdown of the section.
We didn't see that breakdown coming, did we?
Is everybody okay? Yeah, that's going to be a big matchup for Hampton last week. That shook the whole booth. It actually reminds me, I think an honorary player of the game or coach of the game today, I got to give credit to big Wayne Anderson. Watching him climb up, it's a vertical, pretty tricky little ladder here to get up to where the coaches were, to talk to the coaches on the field. Watching him struggle up and down that ladder is commendable.
For Rick McIntyre, Bob Workwist, thanks for tuning in. If you listened on the MSA Sports Network, powered by TribLive.com, we appreciate it if you were tuned in to the Woodland Hills Football Network. Thank all the fine folks, the great staff and behind-the-scenes work. They do a great job here at Woodland Hills. We appreciate you tuning in, whether it's Facebook Live, whether it's our YouTube page, whether it's on MSA Sports, or on the local cable access channel. We appreciate it. Your final score from Chartiers Valley. Woodland Hills 31, Chartiers Valley nothing. Bob Workwist saying good night, everyone.
Today's broadcast of Wolverine football was presented by State Senator Jay Costa on the Woodland Hills Football Network. Wolverine football is also brought to you by the Triangle Bar and Grill, LGAR Health and Rehabilitation Center, Patrick T. Lanigan Funeral Home, Bush Brothers Car Care, the Barbers Inn in Swissvale, A-Boss Opticians, the Turtle Creek Valley Rotary Club, Web Landings, and LG3 Entertainment. This broadcast has been a presentation of A.W. Gusky Productions and LG3 Entertainment. Copyright 2017.